Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another kind of funny morning show here on a Tuesday. It's your guy, Snowbike Mike, joined alongside my co-host for the day, sipping some Starbucks coffee. Nick Scarpino, how are you, my dude?
I am well. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to big old Kev Dog out there on the ones and twos. We're going to have a good show today, ladies and gentlemen. Play some games, watch some clips. I'm excited.
It's going to be a good time, Nick. I got some fun news stories for us. And of course, we got to catch up on the week. You know, yesterday we had a great sponsored stream over with our friends on Epic Games when we played Sifu, right? We got to watch you absolutely dominate the Kung Fu karate world in a quest for vengeance. And it was dope. It was dope, Nick. You did a really good job, but it wasn't the way I wanted to start off the week. You know, I like starting off the week slow with you, nice and easy, because now look at you. You're pooped. You already had a full week. You gave it your all on Monday. Now you're tired today.
I'm plum tuckered. I will say this, in all honesty, Sifu, great game, really fun. Looking forward to playing more of it. What I thought, I'm gonna play some more of it tonight, and then I sat on my couch and fell asleep in my pudding. It was so it took it out of me. The game is like you have to focus on that game for a lot.
Nick, what's your pudding? Did you
What's
shit
the
your
pudding?
pants? Did you shit your pants?
No, my pudding last night was sweet potato fries and turkey meat. That was my
God,
pudding.
Oh.
that sounds like
Yeah.
a good combo. That's a good
Yeah,
combo.
It was not bad. I started watching. I restarted watching. I left off in season 2, but I picked back up Afterlife, which is Ricky Gervais' show on Netflix.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is actually a very heartfelt, endearing show.
Did that get a
in the second
season 2?
It got a season 3, which is, if I'm not mistaken, according to IMDb trivia, the first time a Ricky Gervais show has ever got a 3rd season.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
is that the
That's
one
a
where
fun
his
fact
wife
for you.
dies?
Yeah,
and
it's
it's like
his wife dies, and he like
super
he's
depressing for the first episodes.
very, very depressing, but it's also very darkly funny. And it's about Ricky Gervais. He's in this small town. His wife has passed away, but she left him a bunch of videos when she was going through cancer, chemotherapy, and stuff like that. And it's very, very, it's depressing, but it's also like uplifting in moments because he's kind of clawing his way out of this depression with the help of his friends, learning from each other, and teaching everyone else around him like how to really appreciate the relationships they have or form new relationships. And it's a really different role for Ricky Gervais. Like normally he just plays an asshole, but in this one he plays an asshole with a reason to be an asshole who's digging out of being an asshole. And it's shot in this really, really cute town in England. I don't know where it is, but it's adorable. And the whole thing is so uniquely it's a cool show. I fell out of it for a while because it was a bit depressing, but we were working our way through season 3 now. We just watched the rest of season 2
I might give it another go. Just because I remember when it came out, we watched season 1, and it was depressing, but it was also kind of beautiful.
It was beautiful. Yeah. That's a great way of putting it. You know, it's so I contrasted that, and then D went to bed, and I was like, I need something else to watch or to do that's gonna take my mind off of this. So I was like, I could play Sifu, but that's a lot of effort because Mike, it's like all the buttons. You got to press all.
You
got to
be in it.
There's so many of them.
And you know
So many
what?
buttons.
Can we take a moment, Nick? You know, here I am playing this controller. Let's talk about it. Okay, it's the best controller PlayStation ever made. But Kevin, it's missing one vital feature. It's missing the back buttons, Kevin. It's got to have the back pedals. Okay, I just can't play Sifu to the top level that I'm supposed to play without these back pedals, Kevin.
There's
All
a
right?
third
Sony
party.
and PlayStation, get on it. Get on it.
Isn't there like a third party controller that is like licensed that has back pedals?
Yes, you can go buy one for $250 to $300.
Well, don't do that.
I'm not doing that.
Mike, don't sit here and pretend that that's an absurd amount of money for you to pay for a controller.
Kevin,
when you've bought
five?
7 elite controllers.
Mike, for $300, I'll come be your back pedals. I will press the buttons for you when you need me to press the buttons for you.
God, that would be a terrible way to play a
your
game.
Sifu, me and Nick just have one half of the controller together would be great. Nick, your
Sifu
gameplay would be next level if you had the back pedals.
Well, I'm playing on PC. Why don't you just play on PC? Just buy
and
the
then
game
connect your
PC, you know what I mean?
But
I don't
play
know.
on PC and connect.
You play a lot of games on PC.
PC, I don't know.
Mike, can't you play on PC and then use your Xbox Elite controller?
Yeah, but here's the thing, Kevin. I already bought it on PlayStation, and you told me to manage
Why are you
my money
buying games? Why are you buying games? I don't understand.
You know what, Mike, here's what we're gonna do. Kevin. Here's the new plan. Because Mike
He's
tried
gonna
to buy me
take
Hell
Mike's.
Let Loose today. Thank God I
I
bought
was
it last
so
night.
close, Kevin.
I
He
should have
Take
gifted.
away.
I should have
We
gifted
should
him
take
one.
away his credit card. Honestly,
I'm
we
going
should
to
take away
first
his
off
credit card.
the
What did I
paperwork.
buy recently?
The
I'm gonna
paperwork
take
to
a
put
look.
Mike in the kind of funny conservatorship is in the works. What
It's in
we
the
need to
works.
start
Okay.
doing is every new game that comes out on Steam, I'm just gonna buy Mike. I'm just gonna buy it for Mike on the
Oh,
company
okay,
card.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
he's just gonna get gifted Steam after Steam after Steam game. Because then
I
if
think we
he's
can
already
just
got
talk
the
to
games,
Steam and like set up a press account.
can we talk to Mr. Can we talk to Gabe Newell? Can we call Gabe Newell
Can
right
we
now and
call
be
him up?
like, please
Is that who
stop,
it is, Gabe?
please stop selling my games. Yeah.
Blacklist him.
So long story short, last
Yeah,
night
get back to it. Tell me.
I'm like, I can't play Sifu because I can't see straight. I need something that's just going to be stupid, dumb fun. Dialed up. I was like, what's on Amazon these days? And of course, Amazon beats you over the head with whatever the one new show they're releasing every year is.
Yeah, yeah.
And this new show happens to be Reacher. And
Reacher.
man,
Reacher.
welcome to my new guilty pleasure at night, Mike.
Ooh, is it that dope, bro? Tell me about it, man.
It's exactly like. Are you familiar with the Jack Reacher character at all, Mike?
No, but I am familiar with Thad Castle because that's my dude. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I know him.
So Thad Castle, Alan Richardson, who played Thad Castle, and he actually, Greg will know him because he played Aquaman in Smallville, I think back in the day.
Oh,
Just
really?
Just a mountain of
wow.
a man. Packed
Mountain of
on
a man.
30. He was 205 when he came into this. Packed on 30 pounds of muscle to have the quote unquote
wow.
Jack Reacher physique. And I know what you guys are saying. Hey, Nick, I thought Jack Reacher was supposed to be 5'7" and played by Tom Cruise.
No.
Evidently not. This is
No.
the Jack Reacher character is based on a book series that I think is like 33 books deep or something like that, or 24 books, something like that. There's a shit ton of books written by, I think Lee Child is the author. The Jack Reacher character, of course, is the stereotypical 6'5", 250 pound
Such
X.
bullshit. They're always
X
so
this,
tall.
X that. They're also
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just get shorter.
and so when they decided to bring it back to and I believe it's produced by Skydance, so I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise has a little bit of it. But when they decided to bring it to Amazon, they were like, we should cast someone that fits a little bit more with what fans of the book series think. He looks freaking ginormous in this. He looks fantastic, and I will say he does a good job. He's another one of those guys though that if I could, I'd pull aside and be like, you're a comedic actor. I know you're a big behemoth of a man, and he does do the physicality very good. I will say that, like the fight scenes and the choreography is really great, but he's just so funny as Thad Castle and such a goofy guy that it's hard for me to see him in this new role. But the show is shot well, and it's as good as it needs to be for a show based on the Jack Reacher book series, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not great in that it's kind of like cookie cutter, but that's what the books are. And if that's what you like, which I like, then it's exactly what it should be for this. So I'm interested to see if people in the chat have started watching it. I watched the first 2 episodes last night, and I got to say I'm enjoying it. It's a fun one. Yeah.
Okay. I like that you're enjoying it, and I love Thad Castle, so I'm all about that. Is there some fun comedic
That's right.
moments
People are
in
saying he
that?
plays
Is it
Hawk on
all-
Titans. No,
yeah.
it's all
just action and like intensity? What's it like?
He's a little aside, he's
Okay.
he plays this sort of, it's one of those characters that's very, very, very 80s and 90s, right? Where the character is just like, it's like he's basically a playoff of Sherlock Holmes if Sherlock Holmes was a jacked out 250 pound 6'5" like linebacker who could beat the hell out of anyone.
Okay.
So there are moments where there are moments of levity where somebody will be like, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, that's an obscure martial art from Brazil, and I know that because of this, and then he has some fun playing the role, of course, because it's a little, you'll watch it and be like, okay, we've been here and done this before. But he brings a funness to it, and the rest of the cast is great. And the guy, I forget the actor's name, but the guy who was on iZombie is in it as well as the police captain or police. No, not Rahul, the other guy.
No, it was a joke.
Okay.
It was a joke.
The guy who he was a detective in iZombie. He's a detective in this one. He's great. And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun show, and you got to love those Amazon shows because they just keep playing, and I'm into it.
Well, let's stick on the Amazon really quick because I'm over on Amazon Prime watching Vox Machina still, Nick. Of course, the next 3 episodes came out, and I'm still deep into it, Nick. I'm having a great time, loving the art style, loving the characters. We're going on the attack, which is exciting. We've also lost a member. We left a member behind, Nick, and we also left the bear. They have this really cool bear character. And let's just say this, Nick. If we were in the Lord of the Rings world, some sort of medieval Game of Thrones stuff, like I'm never leaving a rideable bear or a bear homie. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
never leaving that
No,
behind.
no.
The bear comes with us no matter what in life.
Well,
That's
no,
one
I
of your
mean-
best features, if I'm being honest.
Thank you. The bear comes with us, Kevin. You know
First
what I mean?
off,
The bear's
Kevin.
here.
First off, let's talk serious about this. Mike's not going to leave anyone behind because Mike will have gotten lost 3 hours ago.
Yeah, we're
Looking
gonna have
for
to
a- looking for a
backtrack. We're gonna have to
bathroom, right?
backtrack for Mike.
And second of all,
No cell phone.
first off, kind of funny doesn't leave anyone behind. You know
Never.
why? Because
Never.
the second someone's like, I don't want to go forward anymore, we all go, cool, we're just gonna order pizza and play games. We're not going on this fucking quest. We're not doing this thing. Kind of funny's not even moving forward. You want to hang out here? We're gonna hang out here at this bar all night. It doesn't matter. We're not going to the next bar. That's how we rock and roll. I want to give a shout out to someone in the comments who was like, so pretty much it's Sherlock. Who said this? Kyle
Holmes
said
America.
Sherlock Holmes Americanized. Yeah, it's Sherlock Holmes, but of course in America he's got to be an ex-military MP who's 6'5" and has closed all these cases and killed all these guys and is just the best of the best with absolutely no faults. But I will say when he takes his shirt off, I was like, Jesus, Jesus.
Yes. He rocks. He's so funny and so much fun. So I will watch that. And yeah, give a try to Vox Machina if you're on the fence about D&D or the animation style. Go check it out. They did do the animation style that I didn't like, Nick, that I brought up with you last week about the dragon. They did that for just a quick moment. I was like, oh, don't do this again. And thankfully got out of there pretty quick. So that was nice. But I enjoyed the next 3 episodes. I'm enjoying this story.
Well, I'm glad for that.
And Kevin, I want to bring up, you talk about me getting lost. Always remember the rule, Kevin, when you and I go to Six Flags, no cell phones allowed. You know what I mean?
Oh,
We're
it's
why would
scary.
you? We're
He
ripping
always
the
does
rides.
that. And then
We're
he's like, I
ripping
need to
the
go find a
rides.
bathroom to take a 15-minute shit. I'll be fine though. Don't worry. I'll find you guys. I'll
say
find
if
you guys.
If you read the signs on the way into amusement parks, what
Yeah.
they like to do is they go, please leave your wallet and your cell phone in the car where it can be stolen, thus ensuring that not only will you get lost, you'll also get dehydrated because you won't be able to buy yourself any beverages. And you probably just 50-50 shot of dying. That's right where
That's
I
what I'm
like to
all
be at Disneyland. I like to maybe pass out on Peter Pan and just have a child find me dead. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Oh.
Nick, we have a question coming in from
I don't
Renegade.
know what that was. I didn't like it though.
Renegade Houston says, Nick, where do those abs ranked with our boy Alan? How's those abs?
Dude, Kevin, can you Google Alan Richardson shirtless Jack Reacher?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get it all together, please.
Oh, this dude, he's bigger than Chris Hemsworth. Like, by a mile. I don't know what he's doing.
No way.
Dude.
Oh, stop. No way. You can't be bigger than that guy.
Bro.
That dude is a mountain.
He
Really?
looks like early, like mid-tier
Jesus
Schwarzenegger.
fucking Christ.
Yes,
This guy?
dude. Yeah, but he's bigger than no. So he's bigger than that now. He put on like maybe 10 more, 20 more pounds of muscle from where that
He
is right
rocks, bro.
What?
He rocks.
So yeah, right there. So all the way a second down, all the way to the left, in the white
isn't it?
shirt. I think that's a still from
Second
the
one.
yeah, that one. So see how fucking big his arms are.
Yeah,
You know what that white t-shirt reminds me of, Nick? Top Gun. Maybe
Yeah.
he should star in the next Top Gun.
Oh,
My
dude,
God.
listen. I've been a
That's a
fan of
lot
this
of
guy.
arm.
He's so big. I've been a fan of him for a long time. It's time. It's time for him to get into a big series. I know they got Momoa in the Fast and Furious series. Throw this guy in, man. Give this guy
He would be
give
great
this guy
in
a
that.
shot at the big show because he's talented. He has the comedic chops to be comedy relief in one of these things, just like Chris Hemsworth does. And I'm just saying, man, one day Chris Hemsworth's going to tap out. Let this guy be Hawk in the DC for real. Or not for real, I shouldn't say, because Titans is, I get it. Everyone's like, no, Titans is canonical.
I don't know.
Let
We
him
don't
get
watch
into
that,
some
you know what I mean?
movies. Let him get into
We
some
don't- we
movies.
don't
This guy's
watch
great.
that.
That would be dope. What would you cast him, Nick? If you were to cast him in a Marvel film, who would he be? What would you put him as?
He's got to be a character that's silly.
Okay,
So
okay.
I don't like if it's a Marvel film. God, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't.
We got nanobiologist says Hercules. That would be fun. Hercules would be fun.
Ooh, I could see that being fun.
Oh,
Colossus.
Colossus. He'd be great.
be
He
good.
could be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But I don't know if he can do the Russian accent. I don't want him doing a Russian accent.
Yeah, we
He
don't want
needs
no
to be-
accents.
Like the Thad Castle character is perfect.
Who
It
is
is a
that
perfect-
castle? Oh, that's
So
from
there
the.
was there was a two episode or
stupid.
2 season show called Blue Mountain State that came and went,
Mm.
and everyone was like, this show, it got canceled, and everyone was like, yeah, that checks out. Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, that
and then they
checks
made a
out.
movie, and I watched it. It's called Thadland, and it's not great. It checks out. I'm like, we should stop doing these Blue Mountain States, but they are a guilty pleasure show. And he plays a character called Thad Castle, who is the star. I want to say, what is he, running back? What is
Middle
he, receiver?
linebacker.
Middle linebacker.
Yeah, he's on the defense.
And he is just the biggest asshole on the planet, but he's super talented, so everyone kisses his ass. And he's just the most egomaniacal like monster you've ever met. But Alan Richardson plays this character so freaking well that you just can't help but laugh. He's just so, and he has this like, he has this incredible vocal ability to do a really high pitched like scream. And so when he lets his vocals get in that upper register, it's the funniest thing. It's so funny. So shout out to that guy. Everyone should go watch Reacher. Let's support this.
Yeah, go watch Reachers, right? And you know what, Nick? Let's keep it going with things that we've watched because we're catching up on the week. I went out and saw Jackass, Nick, and I'm telling you, you and Kevin got to get together for a night of just pure laughter. Even I had my dad laughing last night, telling him about some of the dumb stuff they were doing. My dad hates those jabronis, you know what I mean?
I love the idea of you calling your dad and telling him about Jackass.
Well, he was here last night. We had some pizza, you know. So Big Mike's coming to visit, Nick. Big Mike's coming to visit Kevin. And the first words out of Big Mike's mouth when he arrives is goes, "What's up, we getting pizza?" And I was like, hell yeah, you know. We're calling up the boys from Vinny's down the street. Call him up. Phone call went like this. "Vinny's, how can I help you?" "Yo, what up? I'd like to place an order for pickup." "Oh, yeah, cool, Mike. I'll get you that large pepperoni extra crispy. 15 minutes. All right, cool."
God, I love you, Mike.
The guys know me. They know the
Mike.
deal. We walk down. My name's written on the thing. Snowbike Mike. Hand us the pizza. Big Mike's talking hoops with them. We walk out with the pizza. You know what I mean? It's just like that's the life you want to have.
That is,
okay?
dude.
True.
I'm telling you right now, there's nothing better than the small town pizza place where everyone knows your name. It's like it's like your Cheers. You're just walking in, everyone's like Snowbike Mike, and you're like,
those are my people. Those are my people. And shout out to those guys. They completely took away all indoor dining. So those guys, you know what I mean? Throughout this pandemic, we've been hot, cold, masks on, masks off. You can't be inside, can't be inside. They just said, F it. We're just going to do like takeout only. And so you go in there, and it's just 4 dudes hanging out making pizza. All the TV's on with sports. You're not allowed inside. I'm like, man, you guys got an easy work style here. I like that. You know, you figured it out. Good for y'all.
I'll tell you one thing right now, man. I used to make pizza, and so I used to be a cook at a pizza place when I was 16 years old. My first like real job that wasn't just like one-off side things here and there. And I hated making everything except the pizzas. If I could have just sat there and zenned out and like meditated and just made pizzas all day, that would have been incredible. But every once in a while, someone's like, "I need you to go make a freaking like a kids mac and cheese." I'm like, get out of here with the kids mac and cheese.
I love the idea of you being like, "No, I only make pizzas. I told you that, Rick."
Oh my god, what's funny because my manager's name was Rick, and
wow,
that's weird that you pulled that. And I remember one time I made myself a sandwich and I put it up on one of the shelves, and he walked in, he's like, "Did you just put a half-eaten sandwich just by itself on a shelf?" And I was like, "I did do that." He goes, he's like, "You're a cook. You can't do things like that. And we have an open kitchen. There's kids that are seeing you." And I'm like, I am 16 years old. And I care about this job as much as any 16-year-old cares about anything, which is to say 0%. That's what I care about this.
So, Kevin and Nick, you got to go see Jackass. Okay, back to I told Big Mike about it. Jackass is a must-see. And I just watched Jackass this last year for the first time ever. And this one was the best they've done so far, in my opinion. I laughed super hard. Every moment was great. Yeah, I was really impressed, Kevin. I think they towed the line of like too grotesque and weird to just perfect and fun, and that's the whole movie. I thought really, really good. New kids were all right. I think.
So are they passing the torch to this new generation?
I don't think we'll pass
Jackassers?
the torch. There's no way you can do a film without those guys around, and even if they're too old,
but like their bodies can only take so much.
I know that, Kevin. That's why I say you can't do it, right? It's like the new kids don't have the charisma. They don't have the Jackass name and like the look, right? And so like there's no way we're showing up for a Jackass New Bloods and it's just those kids. It's not going to happen.
There has to be irreparable damage done to these guys at this point.
Yeah.
Like, there's no freaking way that Steve-O's done a lot of damage to himself probably with drugs over the years. But there's no freaking way that Johnny Knoxville is like the same human being he would have been had he not done shot himself into the fucking
surely
air
the amount of concussions that the man has had. Like you don't recover for that from that.
You're different. You're different forever.
Yeah, you're different. Well, he takes a hit by the bull, and he did say on record afterwards that like he did suffer like real life brain damage for the rest of his life.
How does he know that? How does he know he has brain damage?
Because he went to the
doesn't
hospital
remember it.
for like
He doesn't
months
remember
afterwards. Yeah, he doesn't remember it. And like he said that he couldn't walk and stuff half the time.
Oh
You got to go
shit.
check it out. Yeah. There's an article about that where he's like, "Oh, I took that hit from the bull, and like for months I wasn't the same."
Whoa.
Nick,
See that
he takes the hit from this bull, and it's real, bro. It is the worst hit I've ever seen. Well, I mean, this one was like, oh, and then the best part is they pan, and they're all just old people now, and they're all suddenly like, oh man, and you're like, oh, dude, you just watched a man die in front of you right
God.
there.
See, I don't need that. I don't need to be watching that. But hey, to each their own. If these guys are willing to sacrifice their bodies for your viewing pleasure, hey man, welcome to America.
It's a must watch. So go. I know it sucks going to the theater, but it was cool in my theater, right? Small town, mountain town. We show up, me and Earl the squirrel. There's like 20 kids total. We're all spread out. Everybody's moved around the theater, but the whole time everybody's screaming, laughing. Oh my God, I can't believe that. It was like the perfect vibe. It was so good. It was so good.
That's fun.
I believe that movie made something like 23 million, which is pretty good for like its budget is significantly smaller than most movies.
Yeah. Well, it took between that and Moonfall, it finally dethroned Spider-Man. No Way Home.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Cool. Yeah. Apparently, those two like knocked it out of the number one spot. It had been like I think it surpassed Avatar.
I think
like,
Moonfall did 10 million or something, and Moonfall cost 143 million.
I want to see it so bad.
I want to see it too.
People are saying it's like the worst movie ever. It's like unwatchable.
It sounds like it sounds like it's like way more serious than the trailers make it seem.
Why?
I don't know.
They do that.
I don't know.
We are gonna do the Geostorm Disaster podcast one of these
What's
days.
that one director that does those?
Roland Emmerich. It's always Roland Emmerich.
Yeah,
Roland Emmerich, of course, I think he did Day After Tomorrow. He did 2012. He did not Independence Day. He did Stargate, I want to say.
No. He did the second Independence Day, no?
Did he do the second Independence Day?
I don't know.
I'm going to look up his credits, but he is
excellent.
People hate on Roland Emmerich, but the man knows how to make the disaster.
Well, I mean, he
movie.
does the thing where he talks shit about like MCU movies, and it's like, yeah, should you though?
Wait, Roland Emmerich talks shit about MCU movies?
Yeah, he had an interview where he was like
that's like Vin Diesel talking shit about Ian McKellen's like acting ability. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't. Here's what I would do if I was Roland Emmerich's friend. I would pull him aside in the interview, and be like, you need to stay in your fucking lane, Roland. Stay in your fucking lane.
Well,
okay?
he said something about them.
Well.
Yeah, he did do. He was the writer for Independence Day and Godzilla, but like 2000s Godzilla or 98.
I think he did Stargate too.
Oh, and Resurrection, which is insane because like Independence Day is so good. Independence Day Resurrection is terrible.
Oh man,
he's doing Stargate now.
Oh, is that what he is?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did he? He worked on SG-1, and you're right, he wrote Stargate.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Stargate's a great movie, though.
Yeah, what's funny is people give him shit for people give Stargate shit, and I'm like, I don't understand.
No
I
way, that movie's fucking
in like 5
amazing.
years, but I thought it was a cool movie.
I think it's a great movie.
Mike, are you familiar with the concept behind Stargate?
There's a gate, and there was a guy, I watched it once on television, there was a guy with a staff, and he banged it on the ground, and the gate lit up, and they walked through it. That's what I know.
I think you're probably watching SG-1, right?
No. They have the guy. He's talking about there's the guys too with the jacked out dudes with the helmets on.
No, I know.
Like,
yeah,
but this is one guy. This is one guy.
Oh yeah,
he had maybe a messed up face, maybe horns on his face or something like that. Maybe. Yeah, and then he banged it. You know what I mean? I will tell you another movie that I want to see, Kevin, that just came out was Murder on the Nile. Got me kind of excited. I saw it on the previews before Jackass. You know, it's got this lineup, and I'm like, ooh man, like. Russell Brand, look at you, bro. Look at this jabroni. I mean, I think of Russell Brand from all those dumb comedy movies. See this guy, I'm like, oh, you're looking all right. And then I thought I might be into this movie. I might be into
Mike,
Murder on the Nile.
did you watch the first one?
You're telling me there's a one before the Murder on the Nile?
Murder on the Orient Express, yeah.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Is it
good?
It's a series. It was fun.
Oh, really? No, I never knew that.
If you don't spoil it for me, if you've never seen it, you should watch it. I mean, I like the original version better, but because I mean, it's if you've seen the first one, you're like, the second one's not, the remake's not gonna be too entertaining because it's a murder mystery. Okay. But it's based off of a very famous detective Poirot.
Oh,
so it's like there's like there's like a handful of like detectives that people wrote over the years that have become like super
Like
famous,
Sherlock
right?
Holmes.
Like Sherlock Holmes, Poirot. I'm saying this name totally wrong.
Poirot. Yeah, I mean, but it's like
Poirot.
super French.
Hercules Poirot, whatever his name is.
Hercules.
And then like Sam Spade. You've got all those like all the classic detectives. He's one of them. And so and I think Kenneth Branagh kind of owns the rights to that now because he's doing it. I think he was the one in Murder on the Orient Express too, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool. They're making a little series out of it. Honestly, here's the thing. I love murder mysteries, and I'm a sucker for a good detective yarn.
Yeah.
So I saw the preview for that too, and I was like, this movie looks terrible. I'm in. I want to watch it.
Oh,
I mean, it looks as good as the first one.
Exactly.
it looks good. Oh,
And
let's
like
just
the
say
first
this.
one, I was fine.
Yeah, there I was eating my junior mints, Kevin and Nick. And like for the first 30 seconds of it, I almost screamed out loud, oh snap, it's Knives Out too. So I'm excited about this movie. That's what I thought it was, Kevin, for the longest time. It's like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy. When's that guy show his face here? So write that down for me.
All right.
I want to see that, Kevin, with you.
People are saying in the chat it's pronounced Poirot.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that correct?
Poirot.
Slightly sausage.
Okay.
And Samuel Savies. Poirot.
There you
What's
go.
his first name?
There you
Is it Hercules?
Hercule.
Because I think it is Hercules. Right?
It's not Hercules. It's
Hercule.
Hercule.
Her-
It's like the French version of Hercules.
Hercule Poirot. Cool.
Poirot.
Nick and Kevin, I have one more for you while we've been
listening.
going through the things that we watched. So I turned on Netflix, and of course, the big one a couple weeks ago that everybody got excited for was Murderville or Murder Town.
Murderville.
And so I have a confession.
Yeah.
Okay, I've watched it 3 times over, but I do the thing where I fall asleep during it and just let it play. So I've heard all of the episodes. I have watched episode 1 where I've actually paid attention, stayed up with it.
The Conan O'Brien episode.
Not really feeling it, but I will say this. I'm going to work to get to the Marshawn Lynch episode because you put Marshawn, aka Beast Mode, in anything, I'm going to watch it. Other than that, I wasn't vibing with it. I'm not vibing with this.
I'll say this, man. We talked about this a little bit on the podcast. I watched the first episode or like the first part of the first episode a couple times. I'm like, I don't know that I'm vibing with this. And I honestly couldn't get into After Party either. That's the other one.
I don't know that we.
Wow. Okay.
Nick, I don't know that we talked about it. I think this was on a call we were doing yesterday after hours.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So everyone's all about After Party too, which is the Apple TV Plus new Chris Miller, Phil Lord. Couldn't get into it. I understand why people like it. I don't think it's a bad show. I'm just like, this is not for me. And Murderville, I was like, this looks like it's right up my alley. And I'm like, I think this would. I saw an article that said this should have been an SNL skit, and I'm like, I agree. This should have been a 5-minute long SNL skit that they bring back.
That is a lot to say.
It's tough. What up, Joey Noel joining the call for the first time ever. Joey, welcome to the show.
Ever. I really like After Party. I like that each episode is like a different genre. I think that's super fun. But I'm with you, Mike. I didn't like Murderville.
No. Yeah, Murderville, Joey.
Which I was surprised because I thought I was going to, and it just really didn't do anything for me. Though I have been recommended to just skip to the Kumail episode.
Oh, okay. Really? Okay.
I hate
that seems to be like a crowd favorite.
Everyone says
so
he dominates, but I'm just sorry. I'm looking at pictures of Alan Richardson shirtless. I lost all train of thought. I'm sorry.
Yeah. As one should.
He's so
okay, Joe. You're saying to skip to that because this first one, they're all like 34 minutes, so like it is a commitment, right? It's not 24. Sure, it's not an hour, but like when I clicked on the Conan one, that first one, I'm like, ooh man, we got 15 minutes in. I was like, am I close to being done yet? Because this isn't good, and so that's gonna be tough. Okay, I will keep that on my docket then to get
if they're just giving away money for these shows on Netflix, how come we don't have a Netflix show? Because I feel like we can make something as bad as this show.
Good, because Joey, am I wrong? I believe one of the TikTok house kids, the content house, they got their own show on Netflix. Like
but they're all
the Hype House
or the Jump House.
Show.
Yeah, they got on there, Nick.
They're like a lot bigger than us, you know?
Yeah.
Well, like we could rent out a mansion and get wild for a week. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'd be down for that, but we'd probably just end up getting pizza, extra crispy. And
I don't know that anybody wants to watch that on Netflix. I don't know that that's prime time programming for them.
That's fair enough.
Well, they made that one prime time. So anything's possible.
I think not the problem, but what they need to refine for Murderville, based on what I've watched, is that they need to figure out what type of person they need to cast, because it seems like they have stand-up comedians, improv, and then actors. And I don't know if they figured out which segment works best for the format.
It needs to
Okay.
be improv people. They need to bring in people that are because like I think you know what happened is somebody saw Point Break live and was like, we should make a whole show like this where they just the person that's the main character has
Yeah.
no fucking idea what's going on. And I think it's fine, but like even in the preview, the stuff and this is no disrespect to Marshawn Lynch, but he's not an actor or an improv artist. The scenes in the previews are cringeworthy with him. They don't make me want to watch that show. They make me. It reminds me of the time when I was in Denmark and my wife was like, "You need to like just go somewhere else that's not around me right now." I was like, "Cool," and I went to an amateur Danish improv show full of all expats. And I was like, "Oh, this will be fun because it'll be like half in a different language." No, they were all Americans from like Portland who had just started living in Denmark and wanted to be improv artists. And I was like, "This is bad." Like categorically bad, but not bad in a way where you're like, I want to watch this because it's so bad. Bad in a way where I'm like, I should have just gone for a walk.
But I think so I have bounced around and watched little bits of parts of them, but I've never finished all of them.
Let's watch one right now.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Marshawn Lynch's I thought was way funnier than like Ken Jeong's one.
Yeah.
Like he just like fell apart for pretty much the entire section of his that I watched to the point that it like wasn't funny because he was so uncommitted to doing the bit. Because he just couldn't handle it. So, and I think Sharon Stone's actually wasn't terrible. Which is funny because I would have picked Marshawn Lynch and Sharon Stone as being like, you guys, this is the most out of your wheelhouse compared to like the girl that plays Lexus Rose and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I mean that would have been my guess too. I would have guessed that Conan O'Brien and Kumail would have just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought Conan's was fine. It was just like, it's just tonally weird. It's just a weird. It's a fun concept, and if you'd explain it to me, I was like, "That's going to be the funniest thing ever." And I watched it. I was like, I don't know, not for me. But I mean, to be fair, there's been a lot of things that people thought were hilarious. Like, I can't tell you how much flack I get for not liking I Think You Should Leave. Everyone seems to think this is the funniest thing on the planet. I was like, I just don't. I can't get into it. Although I do want to watch the new Kyle Mooney show, the Saturday morning cartoon, whatever the heck it is. Have you seen the preview for this?
Kyle Mooney.
Kyle Mooney's the guy from he was in a
whatchamacallit. Yeah.
he was from Good Neighbor, and then they all got cast on SNL. So he's like a day player on SNL. Okay. And he's doing a new show that looks wacky as shit. It's like a play on 90s commercials and cartoons. So I kind of want to watch that. Like even in the chat right now, people are throwing
Twitch chat is throwing shade at you, so it's like I don't know if I can believe you here, Nick. I don't know if I can get with you.
Listen, man,
there's once the moment somebody said Nick is too highbrow, it's like, oh, Nick's out of my range now.
First off, I'm definitely not too highbrow because I think I paid to watch the Thad Castle movie. And I loved every second of it, even though it was terrible.
Now you got me. I would drop $2.99 for that one any day of the week.
I paid $2.99 for that.
I feel like Nick is a parabola where there are things on the really bad end and the really high end that you like, and then there's just a vast wasteland in the middle of things that most people like that you just don't.
A vast wasteland. That's a great way to describe it.
Vast.
I think the fact that you call me a parabola, thank you for pulling out that 20-point word from your vocabulary.
I love it, Joey. I love that.
That was great. It's so true, though. Here's the thing. A lot of people will say, Nick,
he's committing to it.
Here's the thing. A lot of people say Nick, of course, knows more about movies and has more knowledge in his like left hand than the rest of KindaFunny does, cumulative, right? He studied, of course, was a film studies major at the highly accredited University of California, Irvine, which is a film studies department that nobody wants to go to still. And he specialized in screenplays, never sold a single screenplay, but did read Sid Field's book, also Save the Cat. So I do have that up on everyone else. But I love garbage movies. I do. I think on the Nick scale, my favorite movies are the ones right smack dab in the middle. This one right here, Kevin. This one right here.
Yep.
I like the good, bad movies.
I don't even know why I looked up. I knew what you were doing.
Anything for a stupid joke.
Well, let's keep it going. Of course, the Olympic Games are going on, guys. We got to get a quick medal count. And I need to show y'all, because if you haven't seen the Olympics, Nick, what they've done over in China is pretty wild and unbelievable, considering it's the Winter Games and they are out there and there's no snow to be found. It's pretty wild looking. So, Kevin, I put a please show giant link on the docket. But, of course, to look at the Olympic Games right now.
Don't play any Olympic stuff.
Yeah, we're not playing. It's just a photo.
The Olympics are insane about that stuff.
Well, we did that after you gave us the weightlifting one last time.
Oh, yeah,
Nick.
I'm an asshole. Right. Sorry, my bad.
So this is the big jump right here. Just click on one of those. This is the big jump. outside of a nuclear power plant is what it looks like, which is truly incredible to see
Which,
right
like,
here.
you would think they would clean it a little bit, but that
It's-
doesn't look like it's been
No.
cleaned in a long time. Look at this photo here.
The Olympics, they're having a tough time from what
Oh.
I've read on the Olympics over in China.
Now, what happened to that girl who had the awful crash? I heard that she's getting
Awful
surgery.
crash.
How
Massive
bad was the
crash.
crash? Like, if we watched
Real
the
bad,
video,
Kevin.
is it scary?
No, we cannot watch the video.
I didn't know.
and-
I'm just saying if I Google it after this.
No, yeah, you should Google it, Kevin. You should Google it because you're
What's
into
her
that.
same
But,
something O'Brien, right?
So yeah, it's been pretty incredible, Nick, because they are often an area where there is no snow, right? So all of this is man-made snow that they've put all around this giant, mountainous hill.
Yeah.
It's really incredible to watch. And of course, the Winter Games are the dopest games, Nick. Let's be honest with each other. Summer's cool and all, but winter's where we shred. Winter's where we throw the gnar from curling pucks to the biathlon
You're
where we're shooting
insane.
targets and
You're
skiing
insane.
where we're hucking nasty flips. Like, if you're not down with the Winter
No, I
Olympics,
mean,
you've lost your marbles because
I've
it's
said
the
this-
dopest games.
I
You're so
completely
good.
agree with you, Mike. I couldn't agree
Uh-huh.
with you more, and I'm glad that you finally said it. I'm glad that I mean, Greg
Mhm.
Miller is a coward. He would never say something like this, but you are out
Exactly.
there on the front line, and that's why I support you. And that's
Front
why
line.
that's why if you ever got left behind, I would just stay behind with you.
Exactly.
But I miss the years.
Wait, hold on a
You
second.
guys are-
Just hold on a second.
Yeah.
Mike, I want you to know that if there's an opportunity for you to get left behind, I assure you they're all going to leave you behind.
I know
They've
they
done it
will,
to me
that's right.
several times. So just know that, like, you will be left behind.
I'll never leave you behind, Mike, because
Thank
honestly, wherever we're going is not going to be as fun as hanging out with you when we get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I will guilt
Are
Joey
you
to
guys
stay
gonna
behind with us.
try
Yeah,
to
Joey
get
will
left
stay with us.
behind? That's kind of what I'm feeling.
Dude,
I
They for
don't
sure-
actually want to go to whatever the thing is we're going to. So if Mike's at a bar and we're supposed to go to the next thing, and we got to say we got a good spot at the bar, Mike. We got like one of those side tables, but in the bar, so we feel like we're part of the bar, but we have our own space. We're staying there, and if the
staying
service
there.
is good,
We've
if the service
shown
is
that
slow,
before.
we're
We've
leaving.
done that.
Yeah.
We've
Mike,
done that
you're
before,
on
so-
our way out. You're gonna want to go to the bathroom. They're gonna be like, yeah, we'll wait for you. You're gonna go out there.
Did
all
we
gonna be
do that
gone.
once? We did
Just
that
so you know.
before.
We are assholes.
But
I miss the time. Do you guys remember? You guys are probably too young for this. You guys, I don't even know if you guys were born when this would happen. But
Oh,
it used to
Jesus
be
Christ.
that the Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics were in the same year.
Oh, is that right?
whole-
dope.
yeah.
That's how it should be. That's
I don't
fun.
think I
bro.
remember.
I
No,
like that.
I liked it.
Prior-
It's every 2 years, right?
It used to be
Yeah,
every.
they
It
flipped it
used to
up,
be
yeah.
every 4 years, which is what the Olympic or Olympiad
People
is,
forget
every
that
4
sports
years.
happen if you wait that long.
It's true, and that's why they decided, hey, we should stagger it. We should do Winter Olympics every two. There's an
Yeah,
Olympic
every
every 2
other-
years now.
Yeah,
But when I was
exactly.
growing up, the Olympics were a fucking huge deal because it would be all year long. It was like summertime,
Well,
and
it's
then they would
also-
take a little
yeah,
break.
that's
It was
lit.
huge.
There was also a portion of time where, like, that was it, right? Your 7 channels. That's all you guys got.
Oh, dude, and it was big. It was like, and every day you'd wake up and you just hum to yourself. Ba, 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 ba,
Yes,
ba,
so
ba,
cool, bro.
and my mom would be watching fucking like the 100-meter sprint, and I'd be like, "What's going on?" She's like, "I don't know. It's the
It's
Olympics."
just on.
bro.
It's
It's
just
on.
on. And that was when like Olympiads. Now, granted, you can still make a huge name for yourself if you're an Olympic gold medalist or even an Olympic athlete. Like, we love Olympic athletes, and shout out for
Hell
anyone
yeah.
going to represent our
That's the
country because we
best.
appreciate the shit out of you. But like
Yep.
the Shaun Whites and things like that. But back in the day, man, if you were like won a race and I was watching, and you were one of the only 3 channels on, Little Nick Scarpino was jacked for you. I was like, I will eat. I will eat your
Yep.
Wheaties. I will eat the box of Wheaties that you were on. I will make my mom buy that box for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's super dope. Shaun White won last time. Right now, this is the big deal right there over there. Of course, you get to watch all the fun ones. Jamaica's got a bobsled team, first time in 25 years. Jamaica is back
incredible.
with a bobsled team. You get to see the skeleton, Nick. Have you ever thought about doing the skeleton?
It's
where
fucking
just
incredibly
you on a
dangerous.
sled whipping down the bobsled track.
No.
They should
There's
just call
nothing
it death
covering
sled.
you. I love it, man. I'm all about that. I think that's the coolest stuff around.
That's the last thing someone died on, right?
I'm sure it is.
Yes, I think
Kevin.
it
Yeah.
was
Sure
the
it
luge,
is.
Yeah.
the luge or whatever it was.
The bobsled. Or
Yeah,
the
there's
the
a-
skull.
which one's the one where they were the bobsled's the one where like
The
one dude's in
bobsled
front
is
steering,
for-
and the
yeah,
other
the
guy
bobsled
pushes
is
forward,
for-
and they
pushes.
push.
The
Yeah,
luge
yeah.
is the single one where people have been flipping on one of
Yeah.
the turns.
The
and
luge
it looks
is
really crazy.
terrifying.
Well, but it's called skull or something, right? It's got a cool like other name.
Well, I think they call one of them the skeleton. It's just
That's
you and your
bad.
body ready to
Luge
die.
so bad to
skeleton.
the
You're right.
bone.
Skeleton
Yeah.
is what it's called.
Mike,
If
someone in the
you-
chat brings up a very good point though. They
Tell
said
me.
that the Winter Olympics doesn't have skateboarding.
Yeah, you know what? We replaced that with big air snowboarding, and that's all that
Yeah.
really matters.
Like
You
the
know what I
half
mean?
pipe,
It's
that's
just like
just dope.
you get the half pipe and you get the slope style, you know what I mean? And then there will be border cross as well. Like there's some great events here. And Nick, let me tell you what, they've done a terrific job at theming all of the cool big jumps and features on the snow slope style stuff around the, China and all their themes, right? But they have this one they were calling the guard tower, but it's really called the shred shed. And they would get up on the shred shed and they'd 360 on, nose press off the rooftop, freaking backflip Misty off the back of it. It was nasty, y'all. I
That's
wish we could play Olympic clips because this stuff is nasty over there. But
We can't.
wanted to make sure we talk about the Olympics because it's a big deal. Happens once every 4 years. And, the best of the best go there. And you got to give them some love. You know what I mean?
super cool,
Yeah.
man. Super cool.
Also,
Mike-
they have the dopest fits. You know what I mean? Polo and Ralph Lauren always give them the dopest gear. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well,
I want all
Don't they
that
have
gear.
Skims this year too? The Kim Kardashian
Oh,
line.
really?
Oh,
I
they
don't
got
know.
some stuff
Dude.
in it.
That would
Good
be
for her.
lit. Good for them. That's fire right there.
Did you see that there's a bunch of long jumpers that just got disqualified though because their clothes were too baggy? They were like,
Really?
yeah, you can't. Apparently, you can't have baggy clothes when you're. The long jump, by the way, is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. And that you guys, if you're doing that, you're out of your mind. But apparently, yeah, there was like 5. I just saw an article this morning where 5 people got disqualified because their clothes were too baggy. Because it gives you hang time, it gives you resistance. So yeah, I guess you can go farther. Didn't know this. This is a lot of shit I didn't know.
Yeah.
They're having a lot of interesting issues over there in China with the Olympics this year. But hopefully, like at the end of the day, here's how all the Olympics go for me. I don't care. And then by the end, if we're not up in the medal count, I rage. Typical American fan. I don't care unless we don't win. And then I am, as we would say, and I know this is a bad pun for the Winter Olympics, I'm very much a fair weather fan. If we don't, I check back in, and let me tell you, America, if we're not up, I don't give a I know I've said this before, and people say, Nick, stop saying this. It's a bad joke, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's all about those gold medals. I don't care about silver and bronze.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
all
care.
about gold. Yeah,
I don't care. If we're not up in the gold medal race, you can
Who's
have as
telling
many
you that's a bad joke, Nick?
people. I think it was probably Tim. You know, how Tim's always like, Nick, you're crossing the line. I'm like, that's what my job here is, guys. I'm a comedian. I'm supposed to cross the line.
All right. Well, you know what? It's time to cross another line, which is time to get into housekeeping, Nick. Let's jump in to all the housekeeping, let you know the things you need to know about, of course, right
Wait,
now
hold on.
today. Oh, Kevin's going to run it for me. Thank you.
What kind of hotel is this?
There you go.
Thanks, Kevin. Let's jump into housekeeping, catch you up with the things you need to know about. Of course, today is Tuesday. It's not Monday for the morning show. So what you need to know about on a Tuesday, Blessing, our guy right now, Forbes Under 30, the next generation of video games, is live over on twitch.tv/Xbox to go out there for Black History Month. So go support Blessing. Go watch him play some rare replay games right now.
Why is this still on the
Twitch.tv/Xbox, because that's our monthly. Kevin, that's the month's Patreon reward.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah,
That's
that thing.
incredible.
Oh, my bad.
Listen,
my bad.
I'm gonna be 100%
It's-
honest with you guys.
it's cool.
This is amazing.
I thought this
and I
was last
love-
month's.
No, last month was the T-shirt.
Jesus Christ,
Joey?
time is weird.
Joey's
Yeah,
here.
I'm
We
here.
could ask Joey.
No, he's
Mike's
right.
totally
He's right.
right.
Yeah.
Kevin goes, Jesus, where am I? What month? is
Who
I
the
mean,
fuck
time
knows?
is
I
just
thought it was March.
such a thing. Yeah.
I'm every
time
night I
is
go to
such-
bed and I have dreams about just the end of time. I was just like, I look back and I'm like, my life's over. I don't even know what happened. This is an incredible piece of artwork.
This is a
and
dope
it
piece.
Makes me so happy that we're pitting these two amazing podcasts against each other. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm all XCast. I haven't
All
listened to a
XCast.
single
Come
episode
on.
of it, but every time Mike says anything or Gary says anything or Paris says anything, I support them way more than Greg.
You're the best, Nick. Thank you so much for being on our side. And guess what? You can take a side right now during the month of February if you want to go support us on Patreon at the Platinum tier. You can get this awesome reward, which is the Kind of Funny XCast versus PS I Love You XOXO Battle of the Century print right now. So you can hang that up on your wall. And it's dope. It's really, really something special. Joey,
Shout
correct
out
me if
to
I'm wrong,
Josh
but
Strickland. for
thank you. I
this.
was just going to say Josh Strickland right there for creating
Dark
this. It's
Stampede.
a must-have. So go check that out. Of course, as well, we love to show you the dope merch you can get. Over on roosterteeth.com/store, you can go check out the Kind of Funny merch line available right now. And we have some dope merch available for you. Some fresh tees a little bit of crop tops, some sweaters and sweatshirts for you to start off the brand new year right now with some dope gear. So if you'd like, go check out the store right now. You have some dope merch coming in to start off 2022 that you got to check out. So those are your housekeeping news. Those are your must-haves. The store, Patreon, and Blessing currently live right now on twitch.tv/Xbox. Nick Scarpino.
What if we did a commercial for the crop tops? But we
I'm
used
ready.
that. I think is it a DMX song or is it a crops, tops, turn around, show them your mops. Oh,
Rough Riders.
oh yeah. What if we did that?
What
if we did that for the TikTok?
I'll make a note.
Joey, I'd
make
like
a
to
note.
start I don't want to say aggressively advertising our crop tops, but let's beat people over the head with the crop tops. I want to own the crop top.
Do you have one?
No. No, I don't.
Well, I
because
feel
every
like
time I
that's
go
the
over
first
to
thing we
Tim's
need to
house,
do.
I forget to get them. I forget to get wherever they are.
Aren't you
There,
going
Tim.
today?
I am going today, but I guarantee by the end of this, I
Wait,
will
you
have
actually
forgotten
going to
this
Tim's?
dumb
Are
joke.
you actually going
In
to
one
Tim's
ear
house?
out the other.
Yeah,
In
I
one ear
got to
out
pick
the
up some
other.
stuff from his house.
Oh, I might swing by too.
Well, I might grab him and bring him to the studio to meet up with us.
There you go.
Okay, Kevin's like, oh, that's a bummer.
Well, I just want to
Kevin,
see
Kevin
Cool
and
Greg.
I
I'm gonna go see
Kevin
Cool
likes our
Greg.
me time. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
smoke
I
some
know.
smoke some heaters with Cool Greg.
Yeah, you guys can
Darts.
smoke some
Heaters,
darts
that's
outside in the
toxic
front
heater.
door.
Dude,
Heaters,
that's-
darts.
heaters, man.
Is that what they
That's
call
your
them?
thing, Kev. Make
Oh
it
yeah,
sound dope,
Snowbike
Kev.
Mike has opened up my vocabulary when it comes to cigarettes. He
I
calls them
like when he
darts.
calls them darts. I love when he calls them darts.
Darts are
It's
so
the new
cool. But
thing, bro.
the other day I said that in front of a comic. I was like, I love you're smoking a fucking dart right now. And she was like, she's like, you mean this heater? And I'm like, oh my god, that's the coolest thing
Whoa,
ever.
that's way cooler,
Smoking
bro.
heaters outside in between sets.
I said
I did
that
a
to my
whole
mother-in-law
weekend
the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you want to smoke some darts?
And she was like, fuck yeah. She's like, I'm from the 80s. I understand what a dart is.
Hand me that Marlboro. That's right.
Man, I did a whole weekend at Milk Bar last weekend. I got booked like Friday and Saturday, two shows
cool.
each night, and it's the first time I've done a whole weekend with two shows, and it was it's like an endurance race, and it was one of the very first times that I've ever thought to myself, I should start smoking again because I have an hour in between sets, and they have this nice little like outdoor parklet.
Nick.
I
Don't
could
do
get a
it,
Kevin, I
Nick.
could get a bourbon, sit out in my puffer jacket, smoke fucking heaters with the rest of the cool comics, and just rage against whatever the topic is that we're talking about. It's great.
The machine is right. We are now nearing the top of the hour, so y'all know the deal. Remember, if you support us here on Twitch at that tier 1 through 3 level or with Prime Gaming, you don't have to watch ads. But if you're not subscribed, don't worry, you can still support us by watching this block of Twitch ads. And also, don't forget, each and every weekday when we live stream to you here on Twitch, we can go for that extra hour with your support. We can fill up that bar. So if you want to go for an extra hour today, do fun clips, play video games, and have a good time, let's fill up that bar. Speaking of fun clips, we'll be getting into that in just a little bit. If you would like to submit your fun clips along with helping fill up that bar, remember you can drop 500 biddies or donate $5 with your link. It's got to go through me, the Great Wall of Mike, before Kevin and Nick can react to it. So we'll see if you have some great fun clips on the way. But I'm going to run this block of Twitch ads. And Joey, I'm glad you're here because, you know, I'm looking for fun stuff to do on the morning show, right, Joey? And I'm like, you know what can me and Nick do? And I thought, what's up with this Wordle and Loodle game? I've never played it. You know what I mean? I've never actually clicked on it and seen it. And so I thought, let's do a little icebreaker. Let's try Wordle. Let's try Loodle and see where we go. And so I know that Kevin, are you still doing it daily?
Oh yeah, yeah. I broke my
Really,
streak. I
Kevin?
broke my streak though, so I'm hurt about it.
Joey, are you doing Wordle?
She hates
I am
it.
not.
Okay, good. So that means
But
me and Nick have a challenge here.
I mostly just hate it because I'm tired of seeing everybody's fucking boxes on Twitter. So
Joey, I stopped sharing my boxes. I stopped sharing.
we
Even
don't
though
know. We're not gonna share the boxes.
I have Wordle as a word muted, so I don't see him anymore.
It's funny because I shared my first Wordle on Twitter the other day, and I just used it to fuck with Greg.
Yeah,
and then he
It
tried to
wasn't.
burn me back, and I was like, Greg, fucking go back to bed, old man.
your joke was
You
so
gotta get
bad.
up-
Like that's
you
not
gotta
how
get up-
Wordle looks in
You gotta
any
get up
way.
so I know you got to get up so early in the day if you want to try to lay a shitty joke back on my doorstep after I shit on your doorstep with my terrible joke.
Got 'em.
All right,
Got
I
'em.
fucking got him. So Mike, have you haven't played this at all?
I've never played this.
So Joey and Kev, no. I played it one time. You basically have to guess whatever the word of the day is, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns in which to do it. But if you get a letter correct, if you get a letter right, but it's in the wrong place, it'll be yellow. If you get it correct in the right place, it'll stay green. So the goal is to guess the word with as few columns as possible.
Okay, I like
That
that. I
makes
like
sense.
that. I like that.
Really-
So what? Tell us, Kev. Tell me.
Oh, I was just gonna say, really excited. I got 2. It only took me 2 tries to get it this time. Which is
So you've done today's word.
yeah. So I
You're
will be
hot right
participating.
now. You're on a heater right now. Okay. Joey, what's our go-to opening word? What are we supposed to use?
A lot of people say arise.
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 Okay.
I would do more. Yeah, okay.
You get the R, you get the S, you get a good smattering of vowels.
My buddy. I like that. You're
alert.
right. Good smattering of vowels. My guy Jeff Grubb says alert. He likes alert out there is a good one.
I like using
Okay.
the word aisle and laser because I like the word laser.
Nick, what do you like? What do you like?
I've only done this
Audio.
once. I have to defer to the guys. I think I started with like
What?
flight or fight or something like that. But it
I don't
makes
like
more
that. Not
sense.
enough letters.
Arise makes sense because you're getting the A's, the I's, an S,
put
and
an
an E.
arise, Kevin,
That's
please.
great. That's a great word to start
Somebody in
with.
the chat.
I like that. I
Anime
like
is a
that.
good one. Audio, I think, is a really good one too.
Oh.
I never thought about audio. I like that a lot.
I like arise, Joey. I like that. 3 vowels right there.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
okay.
fantastic. So the
Right.
R, so Mike, the R and the E are where they're supposed to be, but the A needs to move around.
Kevin, can you give me an R and an E in the right correct place, or can we not do that?
No,
No,
you
you have to type the full
can't.
word.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
you
sucks.
gotta do things
you know what I
like
mean? What do I need? A
this.
piece of paper like Greg Miller now to see it out in my head?
This is usually what I do.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Okay.
also am a
Ooh,
visual
ooh,
man.
ooh.
Somewhere
I'm a
in there
visual
is
man,
the A.
Kev.
Somewhere in there is the A.
Right.
Now it's
So,
an
well,
easy
it's got-
one.
the-
The A is
has to
somewhere
go after
between
the
I
R.
and the S. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's got to go after the R. Right.
That's tough. That's
I guess
tight.
it could go after.
So it's got to be right after the R. There's no way
So
it's
Nick
it's
thinks
in
it
the
could
S.
Yeah.
go somewhere like that.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what it has to be.
Is
There's
it
no way
ira-
it's
is it
AE.
irate? It's irate, isn't it?
Irate.
Do you want me to try
so
irate?
Kevin, can we?
Oh
we
no,
put
it's not irate. Never mind. There's
No,
no
it's
I.
the
eyes,
There's
no.
There's no
Yeah,
I. Yeah.
good.
Orate.
I would have
Oh.
gone crate.
Orate. Go orate.
I would have gone
Is-
crate.
I
I
don't-
like
how do you-
crates. Like, what orate?
Orate.
What is
No,
this?
it's,
What,
or-
are you
how
making
do you-
up words? What?
How do you? Is that ORATE according to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want me-
Yeah,
okay, is that
To orate.
that's an
To
actual?
speak.
Okay,
a word.
I'm not
Like an
vibing with. I
orator?
like. I
Oh, wait,
like.
no,
crate
let
better
Mike do
than
it, let
this.
Mike do it,
No,
let
no,
Mike
no.
do
I
it.
like. Let's go with Nick's, and then we can go
Hit
back
it?
to Joey and mine. Let's go with orate. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not a T, so no crate. It's not crate. Okay.
That would be
Grade.
great.
Is grade.
Oh,
It's
grade is a
grade?
good one.
Grade.
Grade. I love that, Nick. I
Ready?
like this. Let's hit it.
Ready?
No.
Oh,
Fudge.
wow, no. Oh my gosh, we're all over the place. So no G's up in this thing. No T's or D's. Interesting.
How many skis though? You know what I mean?
Dang, bro. We haven't tried a C yet, like crate. So
No,
we can
but
go
there's no T. You can't
C-R-A.
do T.
I know, but like what's a C-R-A?
It'd be
Like
crate.
N-E? Like a crane? Maybe?
Oh yeah, CRANE.
Yeah. We got an N.
I
We
feel
could
like
do a
an N
V
is a
for
s-
crave.
Yeah.
But we're getting the C in the front, which we probably want to
Crave.
try
It
here.
could be crave. You
Yeah,
want to
we
try
like
crave?
that.
Try crave.
Let's
That's a good one.
do. Oh man, that's tough.
I like crave. We haven't done a V or a C. Let's try that.
Let's
Jeff
give Mike
Grubb
a shot.
says
Let's-
frappe. Jeff Grubb says frappe, and I like frappe a lot, even though that goes against
I don't know if-
everything we've done.
I don't know if you can put an accent on the E. This doesn't frappe have an E.
frappe, bro. Okay. So then, oh man. All right. So there's some good ones, and chat is technically cheating for me, and I'm gonna just go off of chat. So we have prank. We have.
Oh no, you can't do
break.
prank.
No, prank doesn't have an E at the end.
You can't have prank.
Oh, you're right. Hey, fuck you, Sweater King. You got me.
Try crave.
We got break.
All right, I'm
crave,
gonna try crave because
plane.
Nick really
Try
wants
crave.
it.
Try crave.
Let's see if it works. No, fudge.
Oh, we got a big. Okay, so brave is out.
Brave's out.
Brave is out. We could try break. B-R-A-K-E. I like break.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Could be
definitely not
frame.
brave. Frame is a good one too, Joe. I actually went out and bought a frame today for a nice Valentine's Day gift.
You guys want to try
There we
it?
go. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
You got
Yes.
it. You got
Oh,
it.
snap,
You got
Joey.
it.
Nice
You got it.
job. Yo, we did good, man.
We have 100% win ratio.
Yo, great job. Okay. Man, okay, interesting. So Kevin, what does that mean at the end of it all? What does that
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, it gave us like a stat thing. What
Oh,
is
your
the
stats. So
stats?
you played 3 games in total. You've won 100% of them.
Okay.
The 2 of the games took 4 tries, and this one just took 5 tries. So
Well,
it's like a
And then
Jeff
you can share it, and it'll share just the
Yeah.
colors
cool.
of your
Yeah, we
grid
don't want
there.
to share that. We're not sharing that. Jeff Grubb, I have a treat for you in all the chat. We're gonna do Loodle, so let's bring up Loodle, Kevin. And now we're gonna get a little dirty on the Kind of Funny Morning Show right
So-
here.
Can't
Let's
wait.
try to guess
Were you
some
watching?
bad names.
Were you watching?
Games Daily?
Yeah.
No, why did he say? I mean,
They
I
announced.
watched it, but
They announced new Loodle update that just happened, where they have
Oh,
a
okay.
sheltered mode that you can toggle on and off to use normal words, so that you can find the letters.
oh, instead of just trying like bad words,
Right,
you can throw
right.
like normal words out and then get to the bad word.
Yep.
Oh, that's actually really brilliant. Yo, shout
Yeah.
out to Adam and Gary and his lovely wife Leah for doing a great job on this. We talked about it on the Kind of Funny Xcast this week since me and Gary. You know what, Nick? Let me tell you a good story really quick. You know, the Kind of Funny Xcast, I'm
Please do.
blessed with 2 awesome gaming dads. Okay, team. I got 2 awesome gaming
two
dads.
dads.
And each week I get to talk about awesome games with them, get to break down the news. And sometimes my gaming dads have things come up last moment, right? Unfortunately, Paris couldn't show up this week at the last second. So I had a moment where I was like, oh, snap, it's going to be me and Gary. And I was like, oh, snap, I get to have Gary just tell me stories, Nick
Tell me some
Scarpino. And
stories,
so that week was just, hey, Mike and Gary, tell me stories, man. And he always tells some great stories. So I want to give a big shout out to my guy, Gary, for
That's
just
very
perfect
exciting.
stories, you know?
He's a beautiful human being.
God, he's the best. He's the best, man. And so now we go to Loodle. And so he told me on the podcast they've put moderations in things where it's not like the super bad of the bad words are out, and it's 5-letter bad words. So that brings up a whole nother level to this, right? So it's like, okay, most of your go-to 4-letter are your 4 letters, you know what I mean? So what is 5-letter bad words here?
You gotta
I would like
imagine
to start
fucks is
with,
up there, right?
with prick. P-R-I-C-K.
P-R-I-C-K.
Uh,
Let's do that.
and then there's always the
Oh.
nothing.
Oh, no,
Oh.
we gotta see. We
Gotta
gotta see,
see,
and
you
it's in the
gotta
right
see.
place.
Okay.
Now I have
Okay, so-
turned
Yeah.
the sheltered mode on, so if you want, you can add words that are just regular words, so that we can figure out where the letters are.
See, now it's interesting because my mind goes immediately to bitch. What's Too Short's favorite word, Joey?
No, you can't.
Bitch is not a
Bitch.
word on here though.
What? Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. So that's even more difficult than with a C there. I would have gone with bitch. That's the word to go to. Oh,
Right? I mean,
wow.
I've heard that. Actually,
Oh,
I've never
wow.
tried it.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
Should I try it?
Interesting. I
Sure.
mean, yeah, if it's a word that you can't use, what happens?
Oh, apparently they updated it, so now you can.
Oh, well, there you go. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, look,
But we got a
Oh.
CH. We got a CH. We got a CH.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. Now, bad words I'm not good at. You know what I mean? Big Mike and
I'm
Mom
not
used to put soap in
either.
my mouth, so I'm not a bad word guy. You know?
That's
God, I
why I
wouldn't
didn't
pay to
even
see
try.
that.
I tried playing this one time, and I was like, I don't know. And it was before they had this mode where I was like, I don't know enough 5-letter bad words to play this.
So Twitch chat's going wild right now. They have gooch, wench,
Gooch? Try
and
gooch.
cooch. Snatch
Cooch.
as well.
It's probably cooch. It's probably cooch.
Cooch.
Is that how you, yeah.
Is that right?
I
Yeah,
guess, I don't know.
that's right to me.
Nailed
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Nailed
It's
it.
cooch. It's cooch. Nice
Why is
job.
it that I'm better at Loodle than I am at
Yeah,
Wordle?
bro. Much
Do you
better,
even have
dude.
to ask, Nick?
No, Joey, I don't have to ask. I feel though, as part
I
because
like
I
that it's
still
got-
want to be a part of humanity, I should ask though.
I like that it has this little like thing that like pushes you to Wordle.
Yes, so that was something that Gary brought up in the podcast. They wanted to pay respects to the creator of Wordle, and they didn't want to make it seem like they were just ripping it off. So whenever you play Loodle, it will always have a piece that pushes you to Wordle to show some love and respect to the guy who created that. So shout out to Gary for that as well. He also brought up another cool one on the podcast. They have taken in 0.00 ever for this one. So it's totally free. They're not making money off of that. They're not doing anything with it. So give some love to Gary
I feel
Whitta
like they
and
could
Adam
pull
for
in
that.
at least $500,000 in Fleshlight sponsorships on this thing.
You know what? I asked him. I said, Gary, when are we getting the big check? You know what I mean? When are we selling this thing? And so we'll
Because-
see what happens with him.
Listen, I will give him all the free publicity on the morning show if he cuts us in on a little bit of that cheddar. And I'll tell you one thing right now. I'm pretty sure we could get some Viagra sponsorships.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think we could get some Fleshlight sponsorships. I got a good line on a couple double-sided dildo sponsorships that I think could really propel us
I
to
love
the
the
next
idea
level.
of like Loodle's too hard for you. Take Viagra. I don't know.
That's great. Not hard enough. Take Viagra.
Let's keep it moving. Remember, Twitch chat, let's fill up that bar today. If you want more fun with me, Nick, Joey, and Kevin here, remember, we got to fill up that bar. We got to keep it going because we are now in to our final hour, and we have about 50 minutes left on the stream. So let's keep pushing this before it ends because we got a ton of fun to get into, like the news right now. Joey, there was something deep down inside me. I want you to know this, right? And for our first news story, it will all click for you guys. I went to Jackass. And in my movie theater, we show old previews, but we only show 2 previews total, right? So I got Murder on the Nile and I got Scream 5. And there was something inside of me, Nick, Joey, and Kevin. Many of you know I hate horror movies. I never will watch them again. They make me sleep with all the lights on, right? But there was this piece of me. I mean, is there blood? Is there people stabbing each other?
It's a thriller, though, right?
No, it's a splasher.
The lady was laying on the ground bleeding to death, Kevin. So I'm gonna put that in the horror category. But there was something inside of me, you three. There was something inside of me that, like, I felt the anxiety, I felt the nerves, I felt the edge of the seat, and I was like, I kind of want to watch Scream 5. Is that weird? Because IGN over on the news story just confirmed that Scream 6 is officially happening with Paramount and Spyglass.
Yes.
So the team will be returning from the 2022 movie. So Scream 6 is now in the works. And there's a piece of me that kind of wants to see Scream 5, y'all. I don't know what it is.
I mean,
is
I think
scary?
How
scary is it?
First off, we need to get James and Elise in here right now. Joey, can you text James and Elise and tell them to come into our Discord? Because if Scream 6 is officially here, we need to come up with the correct way for them to write this. And I would like.
I can just get them in here. I think
just text them and say, Elise, drop into. They're fine. They're fine. Just drop in. I will. I'm gonna call Elise right now. I'm gonna call her right now.
She's gonna big time you. She's gonna big time you.
Oh, there's no way she's answering this phone call.
Yeah, she's big timing you, but she might answer. She might answer.
Okay, hold on. I should probably, if I want to call someone, I should use the phone app, not the messenger app.
Yeah, can you hit call in the messenger app?
I might be able to.
Because that's usually what I do, if I'm being honest.
2 previews, Kevin. That's all we get at my movie theater, and usually they're old previews, so that's how it goes.
That's weird. Has it always been like that?
Yeah, it's always like that. It's my favorite part of the movie theater. It's my favorite thing. Big timing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're busy.
Yeah, okay,
they're doing awesome shows.
Busy.
You know what I mean?
They're busy.
So, yeah, tell me, Nick. What about Scream 6 Screams? How are you gonna do this? Are you putting the 6 as the E?
That's what I was gonna say. So what I think we got to do is it has to be S6 Ream.
Oh,
6 Ream.
Wouldn't it be better to put the 6 like flipped and switch it for the A?
I'm telling you, I feel like the 6 looks like a C. You have S6
6
Ream.
The 6 looks like a C. No, I don't.
Does it? It looks. I guess.
Looks
Yeah. Look in chat. Zeta Flare says Scream, and then the A is a 6, and I think that works.
Let me see it.
Just
Yeah.
look at the chat.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Better than what you said.
But look at S6 Ream. Doesn't that look cool?
No. Sex cream. Gross.
Yeah, with Prasenka where it's screw 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's the C with the 6. I don't know about that one either. It might just have to be Scream 6, to be honest with y'all.
Okay.
It doesn't look quite right. Everybody's typing it out in chat right now, and it just doesn't look quite right now.
I do feel like 6 Cream is the best option we have, even though it doesn't really fit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm texting Elise right now. I'm going to text James and Elise right now. We're on Twitch right now trying to figure out how best to write Scream 6.
Want to
Mike-
give a big thank you to Cloud AX for the tier 1 sub for 16 months, along with Liam with the tier 1 sub for 10 months. So thank you both for helping fill up that bar. Remember, we are in the final hour. We can go for that extra hour and keep the morning show going. Only if you want it, though. So make sure, let's continue to push that support through follows, subs, and bits. Yes, Kevin.
Mike, it's time to get new socks for me, and I went to Costco, and I was like, I'm just gonna get them here because
You got, yep, you got the Kirkland ones.
yeah, I got the Kirkland ones, and man,
Okay,
let me tell you,
they're
are
great, huh,
not as
Kevin?
comfortable as I remember.
Oh, no. Shout out to Nick
You gotta give him a couple
Scarpino
washes.
for
Give him a couple
getting me and
washes.
Michaela on the old person socks, the Kirkland brand old people socks. They rock. I was a
Now-
man, Joey, of only no shows and below the ankle socks. I've
Oh,
changed
that's
my
what
life
I
now.
am.
I'm wearing nothing but old people socks now, Nick. They
Listen,
rock.
Really?
Let me
I
explain to
can't
everyone.
have the fabric around my ankles. It's too
Oh,
constricting.
I can't do the opposite. I can't like when it's around like below my ankles. It freaks me out. It makes me
No,
uncomfortable.
it's got to
So
be.
good.
I tear up.
I need to have my mid to high calf hugged,
Oh,
or else
hug
I'm
me.
not even wearing a sock.
Yep,
As
yep,
far as
yep.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'll
At
hug you all
night,
day.
and you guys know what I do. And sometimes I walk out to my corner store like this. What I like to do is I like to take my joggers that have the elastic band
I hate
around
this.
the calf.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And I take the athletic sock and I pull it up over the band so the
I've
band
seen it.
stays put and the sock locks it in.
I
Joey,
thought he
that's
was
nutcase.
joking.
sock.
I
You're
thought he was
nutcase.
No,
joking.
we've
Can't do
seen
that.
him
You
walk.
can't
No,
do
I
that.
know. Remember, I like
You
pointed it
can't-
out to
Nick,
everyone.
I can't
Everyone
go to
was like,
Starbucks
it's,
with you looking like that.
It's
And I
it's
go out
not
like
great.
that.
no,
And
he
it's
looks
not
dumb.
great. But what I will say is this: at no point,
People point.
when I do this. Oh, people laugh. A small child threw something at me the other day, and his parent was like, "Good job, kid." Patted him on the head, and they got him a lollipop. Kid threw the lollipop
Yep.
at me again. I was like, "Stop giving the kid things to
I would
throw.
buy him
It's just
No
gonna
more
throw them at me."
projectiles.
Nick,
But I will say this: I have never once walked out of my house and thought my mid calf to ankle is cold.
Never once. Never once.
yeah,
You
but
guys are all walking out there with cold ankles. Sorry.
no, I mean, I'm
No,
not.
I
I'm not.
don't.
Yeah. Nick, remember that one time we were in the post office and that little kid was just pulling out
It was
not
the
letters,
funniest.
the
Hallmark cards. They were like,
Hallmark cards,
greeting cards.
and just tossing them on the floor. And the mom was just like, "Fucking, you won. Whatever the fuck you want. I'll clean
Mike,
it up."
there was one of those circular things of greeting cards.
Yes.
And this mother had been waiting in line for so long. We were waiting there too. And this was the post office over on Ocean. And like, you know, the old like stereotype that postal workers really don't give a shit about their job. I
Yes.
think it came from this post office.
Mm.
Because man, they were like, there's a couple people that were really good there. but
I'll
there was,
tell
like,
you what,
one
they
guy. There was
care.
that one guy that was like, he
It was a
an asshole.
woman. It was a woman.
Oh,
There was a guy too, but this poor mother had this little kid, maybe like 2 years old, and the kid walked over and she was like, McKenna, or maybe it was Skylar. I think it was Skylar. She was like, Skylar, no.
She had 2 kids with her.
And Skylar looked up and grabbed the first card that she could reach, took it, and she's like, no, and then just dropped it on the ground.
yes.
And the mom was like, don't do that again. And I start laughing as Skylar reaches for another card. And there were so many. I mean, by the time we were done, Kevin and I were done, the fucking ground was littered with these cards. And this mom was so defeated. And it didn't help that me and Kevin were laughing our asses off at this whole situation. It just made the whole thing better. It
I
made
love
it better.
that.
Way better.
Also, the people that make my beanie make athletic socks. And I'm very excited
Oh.
about this.
Nick, I want you to know I bought you and I beanies. I haven't told anybody about it, but I found us some very dope beanies.
I'm in.
And I think you're gonna love it. I think you're really gonna love it. It's a special beanie. I think you're gonna like it. But let's keep it going right now. We got a little rock block of Channing Tatum news because, right, Joey, everybody loves Channing Tatum. He's the
Yeah.
best. He makes you smile. He makes you think sometimes deep down inside, like, oh my God. You know what I mean? But that's something we don't talk about. Let's keep it moving right now with Logan Plant from IGN right here. Channing Tatum talking about, of course, X-Men and Gambit over here. And why I pulled this is because we know all about the Gambit situation and all that. But he does talk about how he, quote, I shut off my Marvel machine. I haven't been able to see any of the movies. I loved the character. It was just too sad. It was like losing a friend because I was ready to play him. And of course, that's sad because he was going to rock that Gambit one. But what I want to talk about is this outfit, Joey. This is what he says. Tatum says he felt the Gambit he wrote was, quote, the coolest person who could pull anything off. He commented on Gambit's fashion sense, saying, most superheroes, their outfits are utilitarian. Like Batman's got his belt. Gambit's like, no, this shit's just fly, bro. This shit walked down the Paris runway last year. He's just wearing the stuff that's so dope because he loves fashion. And I said, God damn, Channing Tatum, that's dope. But doesn't this motherfucker just wear a trench coat? Like, wait up a second here. So,
Yeah, but he has the like chest plate inside the trench coat. That's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Channing
something
Tatum playing Gambit would have been a terrible idea.
We just
no,
talked
don't
about
say
this.
that.
You guys have
No.
faith. You have absolutely
Yeah, that's
no
right.
faith.
He
And
couldn't do it, Joey.
it probably would have ruined his career. I don't see
There's
that
no
going
way.
the way it needed to go for him. I'm glad it didn't work out. I think he just needs to come back and work on some fun, cool projects. I don't think it would have been great for him.
I think
See
he would have
that-
rocked it.
You guys have underestimated Channing Tatum.
Yeah, don't underestimate
And by you
him.
guys, I mean just the general you, not anybody in this
Okay,
call specifically. But Channing Tatum has been underrated in every single thing that people have tried to, or that he's come out to
You can't
do.
put him in a box.
People are like, "Oh, he's the dancer guy. Why are you putting him in action stuff? He's like the action guy. Why are you putting him in comedy?"
Yeah, but I
So-
feel a lot of those times they were like, it's not they were right, but it's like what when he was in Kingsman, it was like, oh, he's gonna be a big deal, and then he really wasn't. Like he was in it for like
Well,
5
I've never
minutes.
seen Kingsman.
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm
the Kingsman one they underutilized. That was a weird move.
That got
right
messed
there.
up though. The
That
filming
couldn't
on that
have been
movie
done.
got messed up. They had to reshoot it and do a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
that
I
wasn't
think
good.
That had a lot of issues with it. But what I'll say, I love Channing Tatum. I'm not speaking ill of Channing Tatum. I just feel like he's too big of an actor for this role, and he's too much of a comedic actor to be playing this Gambit. It's not to say he couldn't do it. Jonah Hill, for Christ's sake, is every bit as good comedically, but he was phenomenal in all the stuff that he's done that's more serious, including Wolf of Wall Street. But I just feel like let Gambit be sort of a more no-name person coming in so they can just own that role forever. And Channing Tatum, you get your ass out there and work on 23 Jump Street.
Oh, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But Kevin, can you bring up an image? Who was the jabroni that played Gambit for the first time we
Taylor
saw him in the
Kitsch.
X-Men
It's
movies?
Taylor
Because
Kitsch.
he was great. That
And
guy
it
was
love
good.
Taylor
And it
No,
ended
he
his
was
career.
not playing that role.
Get out of town, really? It ended
Well,
because he was good. He could have
Battleship
I didn't
probably
like
ended
it.
his career, or
Oh,
maybe
Scott-
True
No, it was
Detective
John
season
Carter.
3. John Carter was
Ugh.
the first nail in the coffin.
John Carter
Joey.
at the time.
There was an
It's kind of
unfortunate.
sad. It's kind of sad. John Carter's not that bad.
Yeah, there was an unfortunate string of movies that Taylor Kitsch was in that just didn't do
Also,
well.
Yeah,
the
Kevin, can you
movie
show me this
Love.
man? Who is this guy? I don't know this
I'm
guy.
working
He's
on
from
it.
Friday Night
It
Lights.
was from Friday Night Lights.
Why
Yeah,
is
this
it-
I've never seen
Oh.
Friday Night Nights.
Hold on, I got it.
Friday
Give me
Night
2
Lights is
seconds.
so
No, I've
good.
never seen that. But like, you know, he was really that bad? I thought he was fine as.
I think
I mean, he was
fine.
fine. The character just wasn't
Yeah.
like developed or
Oh,
like.
well, he was in a Deadpool Wolverine movie. He wasn't supposed to be part of it, right? He just showed up for 5
Yeah,
minutes.
but like
I
don't
also
know.
like X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I know that I'm in the minority. I think it's. I know.
Oh my God, Joey.
we don't. This guy was
say
bad.
we can't say
This is
some
the
stuff publicly,
wildest
Joey.
thing
You're
I've
gonna
heard in a
have to
while.
You're gonna have to write
I
an
mean, I
apology
haven't
on
seen
that
it
one.
in 10 years, but I remember being like, I don't know why everybody hates this. It's kind of fun.
Joey, I think X-Men Origins Wolverine might be the one that people think was the bottom
know.
of, like the low point for the X-Men
I just
series.
frankly don't care. He was also in the bad season of that show that
True
we all
Detective.
love, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was unfortunate. I said
Well, that's
season
too
3
bad
was
for this
season 2.
jabroni. Well, you know what?
I like
Mike
Taylor
gives you the
Kitsch.
shout out. I give him the shout out. That's too bad. Let's keep it going. Let's stick with the Channing Tatum rock block right now, Kevin. So if you would mind to jump to the 21 Jump Street directors reveal more details of the Men in Black crossover that almost happened. So we get a little double block from IGN right now because we have this one and Channing Tatum also speaks about it. So Kevin, will you run this clip that we have right now about 21 Jump Street
Believe it
crossover?
or not, a Men in Black Jump Street crossover script that was very funny and very crazy. That we really
I love
adored.
Josh Schwartz. He's great.
And-
One of my favorite ideas is that the Men in Black, like the black suits were like martial arts belts that you had to work your way up to black, and that they were issued powder blues Men in Black suits.
It was basically the idea was that Joan and Channing, a thing happened while they were doing their medical school adventure that got them embroiled into the world of Men in Black, and they ended up sort of like teaming up to sort of stop an alien takeover type of thing. So it was very funny. It was very crazy, trying to sort of like manage these two franchises and not drive them both into the ground seemed like a real
In like a real challenge.
I think I love, like, I was never on board with this until I heard that. I'm on
Yes.
board with now Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill being the two characters that jump between every franchise ever created.
Oh, that would be lit. That's a great idea.
That'd be something
Put him
new
in Fast and
crazy.
Furious. Come
They
on.
could do Fast and Furious. They could
Fast
show
and
up in
Furious.
X-Men. They could show up in MCU. They could just be these two like world-breaking, fourth wall-breaking characters that just keep getting into misadventures with all these fucking fun
Oh
franchises.
man,
That could be super cool.
dang, Nick, you got to pitch that. That would have been great. Is right. That's too bad because I love Men in Black and I love me some Jonah Hill and
Me
Channing
too.
Tatum. That would have been so much fun. Now, who would they have had? Would Will Smith and Tommy Lee be in that?
No, I think Tommy Lee Jones is pretty much done with the Men in Black
You think he's
franchise.
done?
But
Oh,
what
that's
they
too
could have
bad.
gotten, they could have figured out a way to get, I mean, anyone
Hemsworth
really.
and-
with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson?
Yeah, I don't.
That was
I
not a
say
good
that,
movie.
but I don't want
No,
that.
yeah,
I
that
No,
wasn't
we
a
don't
great
want
movie.
that. I don't want that. We got to have Will Smith at least. At the very minimum, Will Smith.
I
has
think
to
you
be
could get
there.
Will Smith back.
What's incredible is I watched Men in Black with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thomas Thompson.
You know,
Thompson. And these are the two people that I loved watching so much in Thor Ragnarok. And I
Yes.
just thought to myself, did they just not want to do this movie?
it did feel
It's
that way,
so
didn't it?
Boring. It's so
Yeah.
fucking
Because they have
boring.
such good chemistry.
Yes,
not
and
in
they
that
have to be
movie.
friends. They've made like 2-3 movies together now, but man, it just seems like they were like more interested in craft services than they were in making that fun to watch. Yeah, it was unfortunate.
That's why
Yeah,
I feel
that was
like
bad.
it could work if it was helmed by not Lord Miller. Lord Miller. Is that the right?
Chris Miller, full Lord, yeah,
Yeah.
Lord Miller.
I feel like if they had a hand in and especially if Jonah Hill had like a hand in the writing, like the
Writing,
first
yeah.
one,
Mhm.
and they were helming it, they have two really great talents. I feel like they just need to be funneled in the correct direction. And this would be
undeniable.
the right direction.
But I do feel like, the last couple things that I feel absolutely it could have worked. It could have been fun, but it's also a hard sell because you're taking two basically genres and bending them together. But whatever.
Well, and
I
it's
mean, it could have been fun.
it's two franchises that no one's necessarily asking for more of and nobody asking for more of together.
I will be honest with you. If they told me that Barry Sonnenfeld was coming back and Will Smith was like executive producing and became like, and was a part of it, I would love for them to go back to the original creative team that did Men in Black. I just think the reboot was a mistake.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
good.
really think that because if you watch the last one with Josh Brolin, it was pretty good.
I liked the one Josh
I liked
Brolin.
Men in Black
The,
3.
the ending
Oh,
of
Men
it
in
was
Black
very
3, okay,
strong
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, it had a heart. It had a good,
Yeah.
like, a little bit of heart at the end. It was a fun time travel romp, kind of fun thing. I just think those movies were so creative, and then they got to the reboot, and they were like, "Well, we're just going to try to make Thor Ragnarok, but without any of the creative team behind it. We're just going to get the two actors," and it just didn't work very well. But I love the original aesthetic and the vibe of the first Men in Black. Men in Black 1 is just the classic at this point.
It's so good.
Thank you to 21 hours, one to rule. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Continuing the hype train and help fill up this bar. Remember, with your support, we can add more time on to this to keep this one going. And I have a question for you, Nick Scarpino. There's somebody that I
Also,
think about.
hold on
in
one
the men-
second.
Yeah, go, Joey.
Vincent D'Onofrio played the main alien dude in the first one.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah,
Sugar.
uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
never
Sugar. Yeah,
And
yeah.
put it
water.
together that it was,
was
him.
wild.
Holy shit.
More. I'm looking for my cat. This dear friend of mine means the world to me. Vincent
That's
D'Onofrio was
wild.
so it was Vincent D'Onofrio, and I forget the actress's name that played his wife, but she was from SNL. Fucking hilarious. The first Men in Black is a very creative, very
Very
cool
good movie, yeah.
If you've never seen it, it's a classic at this point. Tommy Lee Jones completely
It's
hamming
the
it up with
best.
Will Smith. Great chemistry. You got what's her name? God, I'm blanking on everyone's names now. The female lead in it. What was her name? Shit. Anyway, great movie. Very well directed. Great art style. Barry Sonnenfeld coming off of being a DP for a lot of great directors, and this was like one of his first movies that he directed. Super cool.
Good movie.
Hmm.
You know, we were blessed back in the day with The Mummy,
Linda Fiorentino. Thank you, Blake.
Men in Black, and of course, one of my favorites, Wild Wild West. We had some great movies back then.
Mike,
Shout out to the mummy.
there's lots of things that you said there that were right. Wow.
You know the other one is right. You know it. Don't
Wild
even
Wild
try.
West is a really fun movie. Come
It
on.
was a great time.
It's fine. It's fun enough.
It's a
But
great time.
I will say, just to dig into that a little bit, the Mummy
So good.
gets a lot of love,
Yeah.
and I personally think it's well deserved. I
Good.
love Brendan
Whoa.
Fraser
Good answer.
in that role. I love him. I think he brought such a fun Harrison Ford style vibe to it while putting his own little twist on it. And I'm glad they made that movie. I remember I think I saw that movie at the Block at Orange back in the day when it came out. And I remember thinking, oh, this is going to be dumb. And I just had a great time watching him and Rachel Weisz like hanging out,
They have
hamming
such
it up.
good chemistry.
They had great chemistry. It was a fun Indiana Jones style, like supernatural movie that was cool. And then they just decided to keep making them.
Oh. Well,
Mummy
I mean,
2 is
Scorpion
actually-
King was dope. You know what I mean? Let's just
No,
all admit
it
Scorpion
wasn't.
King
Stop.
was
That's
dope.
not
He
even
had the bow
connected.
with the 3 different arrows, and you just let that thing sing.
Mike,
Kevin, it
but
was
that's not
super dope.
connected. That's a different
Kevin,
thing.
you know what? We it's a tomato. We just enjoy it. You know,
Tomato,
enjoy it,
tomato.
Kevin. Exactly.
Mike and I are on the same page.
Thank
We
you,
would rather
Joey.
watch a bad, fun movie than a good,
Uh-huh.
boring
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, yeah, exactly, Joey. Thank you for
A
that.
good
Right
boring
there.
movie. Wouldn't that make it a bad movie though?
No, there's plenty of movies that are good, but are just like, this is.
Yeah, the other day,
Happening.
I left to go to a show while Dee was watching Power of the Dog or whatever that movie is on.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah. I've heard
Netflix.
that one's good.
Okay.
Something to the dog.
It's fucking.
And I was
The
sick,
one
like-
with
right?
Jesse Plemons.
It's Jesse Plemons, Plemons, and Kirsten Dunst and Benedict Cumberbatch. And I was like, I can tell this is a good movie. I can tell by the
You
fact
feel
that
it.
it's shot beautifully. It's got great actors in it. Everyone's really like really in the moment of these scenes with a lot of silence. But I'm bored out of my fucking skull watching this movie. So Power of the Dog. Was it called Power of the Dog? Somebody in the chat get this right.
That's right.
The Power of the Dog. That's
Right.
what they wrote. They wrote.
Then I start watching, yeah. So, you know, Joey's not wrong. There is something to be said for really good movies that are just boring as all hell. But every once in a while, you just got to watch The Mummy too.
Gotta
Mic
watch the Mummy 1, 2, Scorpion King, the Emperor Dragons, or whatever the heck that other one was. That was a fun time.
The Emperor Dragons.
Come on, let's give some love to the goddamn Mummy. It's so good. Even the one with Tom Cruise. Fine. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it. I'll be the one to say it, Nick. I'll be the one to say it.
Quick question, actually. I just had a thought because somebody's mentioned Jesse Plemons. Are we all watching Euphoria? Everyone caught up? Or?
No, I have
I'm
not
not
watched
watching
any
it all.
Euphoria
God,
whatsoever.
God, fucking damn it! All right, never mind then.
Not that cool,
Yeah.
Kevin.
That show, I watched like 10 minutes of it. I was like, this is a great show that's stressing me out. I'm never
It's
watching
a
it.
stressor. It's gonna stress you out. Yeah, that's what it does.
Kevin, have you been watching Righteous Gemstones though? You've been watching Baby Billy?
I'm one. Wait, no.
Oh.
We caught up yesterday. No, we caught up yesterday.
Okay, you caught
Yeah.
up. You caught up. You caught up.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Jesus, Nick.
Just drop my ring. I get it.
I really thought that guy was gonna be able to hold the cross. Like I was like, this is
Oh
it.
my God, how crazy would that have been, Kevin? Oh my gosh, I love that. I love the Muscle Men and what they've been doing with that. It makes me smile
it's
every time they
Muscle
cut to
Boys.
them.
like
It's so
them. They're
dumb
men,
and
Daddy.
so good. And then, oh my God, and
They're
then the
just all
cliffhanger.
so funny.
Oh, the cliffhanger at the end. It's like, man, we're gonna get a wild episode here. We're gonna get
Yeah.
a wild couple episodes here, and it's gonna be a good time. Is right. Oh my gosh.
BJ's
Yeah.
baptism episode is probably my favorite of the season.
Very good. And then when he shook his hand and he looks at Judy, he goes, he shook my hand, and they all start cheering and stuff.
He's
That
gonna
was so good.
talk about that so much in the next 2 episodes.
It was great. And then Adam, of course, with the mops on his hands, Joey, was so funny. And then his dad shows up. He goes, "Get out of here, Daddy. They're going to be back." And he's just mopping the floor. It's just so good. That's a great show. And I'm trying my best not to spoil it because I want to spoil it so bad. But
Oh my
we'll
God.
wait till next week and we'll catch everybody up and we'll talk about it again. But let's keep this hype train going right now. We have a minute left. We're level 4 in the hype train, 22% in. Let's get to level 5. Let's continue to fill up that bar, keep the fun going. Thank the average John for that one. And let's keep the news rolling because we have some more news coming in. And this one is near and dear to my heart. And I think most people are going to be like, I don't know if this is going to be good, Mike. And so Netflix live action One Piece series begins production. Of course, Nick, if you don't know about One Piece, you need to get yourself educated because it's about friendship, adventure, and fun.
Nick,
Pirates. And it's a good time. It's a very good time.
Okay.
how many episodes do you think this anime that Mike's talking about has?
How many do you
Ooh, that's
think
a
it
fun
has?
question. That's a fun question. I think so. One Piece. It's anime.
Yep.
Anime can
Anime.
either be 3 seasons or it's 24 seasons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think this is closer to like a Dragon Ball than it is to
Interesting.
like a Death Note. So I will say, episode wise, 60 episodes.
Oh,
See-
a little off.
Can I
A little
guess?
off.
Yeah, Joey, take a guess, please. Take a
I
guess,
think it's
Joey.
something like 400
Oh my
episodes.
god!
Ooh,
It says in the
Joey.
article has 1,000 episodes of anime.
Kevin, I believe they have surpassed the 1,000 episode mark.
Yes,
Oh my
they have.
God.
And so
Yes.
I am 250 episodes in. It is my favorite anime of all time. It's my one I love to go to.
Really?
And the idea of doing a live action, you know me, anything more in the worlds that I love, I'm all about, right? Halo television series, Nick, I'm going to popcorn it up even if it sucks, right? So the same thing goes
It's going to
for
suck.
this one. And I think I watched, what was the Full Metal Alchemist one? I watched that live action movie.
Oh,
and then I
yeah?
also watched the live action movie of Death Note, which was technically my first ever Death Note. So I know I did it wrong, but
You
that's the
did.
only Death Note I've ever watched was the live action one.
Oh, I hate you.
And I'm all in on this. I'm excited to see these characters come to life in live action. Will it suck and will it be canceled? Just like what was the one, Kevin, we just watched? You, me, and Paris.
I'm right
Oh,
there with
Cowboy
I know what you mean.
Bebop.
Cowboy
Cowboy
Bebop.
Cowboy
I'd say,
Bebop.
yeah,
Will
it's
it be Cowboy Bebop? I'm sure. You know what I
Man,
mean?
how did they? I'm not even gonna talk about it. I can't even
What?
talk about Cowboy.
Did you watch
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop?
No.
Did you watch it? I watched Cowboy Bebop, Kevin. I
Yeah,
didn't think
watched
it was
it.
that bad.
I watched.
thought it was
I
fine.
think I was like 3 episodes in. Paula doesn't like
Uh-huh.
it, but it seemed like a cool world that they had built there that I wanted to get more of. But everyone
wanted
seems
more
to
of that.
think it
Did
sucks.
you want to get more of it?
I did, Nick.
Are you at a
And-
place where
and-
you're like, man, I really wish they'd continue that show, or do you think you'll ever think about it again if Mike?
Well, I mean, I haven't finished the season, so
Yeah,
I mean that tells you something there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Well, Nick,
Yeah.
it's been 6 months. I haven't finished it, so you divined from that what you wanted to find. From it. It's just one of those things where, like, I feel like I say this all the time when people talk about adaptations for video games or anime.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Uh-huh.
why do we need them? We don't need live action adaptations of these things. We don't need a different interpretation. Just play the game or watch the anime. For Christ's sake, it's never going to be as good. It's never
I
going to
just
be
like
as good.
it. You know, Nick, I got
Yes.
my devil fruit. Nick, I have my devil fruits here on the wall. You know what I mean? I have my devil fruits.
Delicious.
So I'm pumped up, Kevin. I'm pumped up. And I'm always more about like just more, Nick. Give me more of the universe.
What is the
that I love. Why
what's the
not?
devil fruit farm? What from? I don't
This
get that
is how
reference.
they get their crazy, awesome
Powers.
powers. All the different pirates have certain
In the
powers. Some of
one
them do, and
piece.
it's
One Piece.
because in One Piece, and that's
Ah.
because they ate the devil fruit. But here's the catch, Nick: if you eat the devil fruit, you can't swim, so you'll
Oh,
drown in the
Can't go
water.
underwater,
So
yeah.
Luffy always has some fun moments there where he might fall in and might need his gang to come help him. But it's a great time. It's a great
that's
time.
Cool. That's cool. Very cool. What a
but-
great time we're having here, ladies and gentlemen, on the
tell
Kind of
'em,
Funny
Nick.
Morning Show. I'm having a great time with you, Mike. Tell him about.
Oh,
some
my
other
next
stuff.
guilty pleasure. So my next guilty pleasure, Nick, is the Meg 2, The Trench, is finally happened.
Thank God.
And I'm all about the Meg, baby. Heck yeah.
Thank
It
the
says
Lord.
it's official. The Meg 2, The Trench is on its way. According to Variety, the upcoming sequel to The Meg has begun filming in the UK with director Ben Wheatley.
Wild.
Let's just start from the beginning. Hell yeah. Okay, let's
Yeah.
everybody agree.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. More Meg with Jason Statham. I hope he uppercuts this goddamn shark into the freaking atmosphere. Would be awesome, y'all.
I watched the first Meg on a plane ride to Texas, I think. And I was like, it was the first time in my life that I thought they just made the perfect plane movie. This movie's perfect because there's no plot. There's no real dialogue. It's just Jason Statham running around with shirtless with a couple other beautiful people fighting a giant CG shark. And I'll be honest with you, when I got up to go to the bathroom 5 times during that flight, I don't think I paused this movie once. I think I was just like, let it ride. I don't need
Let
to
it
know.
ride.
There's no real nuance to this. This is just a perfect movie.
It is. It's very exciting.
Now, Mike, have you seen the predecessor to the Meg, which a lot of people say is
Deep Blue Sea?
the best disaster
My favorite.
shark movie, Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea has one of the best lines with Samuel L. Jackson. We all must stick together. And then the shark comes out and eats him, and it's like, oh, this is the greatest ever, bro.
I remember
good
watching
movie.
that going like, wait a minute, Samuel L. Jackson's the biggest star in this movie. What the fuck is
So
going
good.
He dies in the first act. I was like, that was bold. And then we just get Thomas Jane and what's his name? LL Cool J for the rest of the time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not mad at this. I like these two. I like these two a lot.
Nick, you might say to yourself, oh, Mike, you like Deep Blue Sea. And I would say, hell yeah, I did. And then I would tell you, did you know that there's a sequel, Nick? Then I watched Deep Blue Sea 2.
I did know that for some reason. I did know that for some reason. I think you and I have talked about this before. Of course there's a sequel. You know why? How many sharks are there in the sea? Infinite. An infinite numbers of sharks in the sea. And if one of these sharks, one of these genetically engineered sharks got away and started banging regular sharks, you make more baby genetically engineered super monster sharks.
Yes.
That's how Deep Blue Sea goes. They should never stop making Deep Blue Sea movies until Vin Diesel gets involved.
Now, see, there's a lot of shark movies in my life. I want you all to know because my dad once took me and my good friend Chris Mertens to a shark movie that we hated. And I forget what it was called. It's back in like the 90s, early 2000s. No, it wasn't Jaws, even though my dad looks exactly like the guy from Jaws with the beard and the glasses. And he used to tell my friends, oh, I was in Jaws. And we all used to laugh and giggle because he looks exactly like the dude. But it was the movie where they're just floating, Nick. And the sharks come around and it's shot in like pitch black. Open water. And I remember walking out of that going, Big Mike, that movie sucked. Right to his face. And he never let me live that down. But yeah, there was some good shark movies out there.
There was a hot second where that style of movie was in. I think Blake Lively did one where she was stuck on a rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I definitely watched that.
Wasn't she stuck on like the water dinghy or something? She was just sitting on the dinghy, right,
for a
long
time.
Little
buoy.
Yes.
On the buoy. Yeah, that was like they were like, everyone's always chasing those low budget.
They get stuck in like a shark diving cage.
Yes, the cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so would you go shark diving in that cage?
Absolutely not.
All right, well, good enough then.
Joey, we're going shark diving just so you know, and it's gonna be awesome.
Says The Shallows. It's fantastic. He says we're all monsters, and he says,
I remember liking The Shallows. I like all of those. Like you get stuck somewhere.
They freak me out.
Did you guys watch the M. Night Shyamalan movie? Did you watch
which one?
The Beach? What was it called?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, old? That movie's fucking
they all
terrible.
Get old. That shit haunted my dreams.
I hated that movie. What do you mean it haunted your dreams?
The commercials, Kevin. Like, you got to remember, I play. So there's two options when I go to bed. There's Sports Center or there's MTV. Now, there's a risk if you go MTV, just so everybody knows, because MTV, young, hip, edgy, right? So they're not afraid to show the scary movie trailers during their commercials. And that shit will haunt your dreams. If you go to bed and you wake up in the middle of the night to Annabelle or something like that, night's ruined. Night's ruined for me.
Oh, that does suck.
Yeah, that makes
You're
sense.
such a sweet angel. You know,
you're a beautiful,
a delicate angel.
Kevin. So I have to watch Sports Center because ESPN, they don't play no games. They don't put that kind of stuff on their TV. So I never have any problems with that. But yeah, there's two worlds of shark movies, and that's my favorite part about it. Right, you got the deep blue seas, you got the Sharknadoes, and then you have the open waters, right, where you're like, ooh. Wrong shark movie. I didn't want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Like if you watch a real shark movie, or it's like Jaws, for instance, obviously a classic, still gets me. I'm like, get out of the water. I don't like to go to the beach. First off, two reasons why I hate going to the beach. One, I have to take my shirt off. It's my mortal fear. I hate it. I don't want to ever do it. Two, you can't see what's below you. You take that first step out into the waves and you step on something a little sharp that moves, and you're like, that's it. I don't want to go. This is not where humans belong.
For sure,
right?
Dad. For
if
sure,
we belonged in the ocean, God would have given us the ability to give us gills and see through the salt water like sharks can, right? We can't do any of that stuff. I can't smell underwater like a shark can. I can't be breathing water. But
and we tried.
That's a
joke every time.
Bordeaux, exactly. I go into that. I'm fish food for bigger fish, and there are bigger fucking fish out there. So what I like to do is I go to the beach, put my feet in the sand, crack open a Bloody Mary or something cold, and then just hang out. And then I go and I smoke a couple fucking heaters, even though it's like 120 degrees outside. And I go underneath the little shade. And I gotta go. I gotta go to a Starbucks. That's it.
Oh, the worst is you go down to Florida, Nick, for a nice vacation. You're thinking to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna go jet ski, or maybe we go parasailing, right? We get up on the big parachute, they sail us around, we get to see the coastline, get to see the Gulf, right? Then they're like, oh, guess what? it's stingray mating / birthing season.
No.
So now they're like, you got to go out there, shuffle your feet, so the thing doesn't sting you while you walk by. And you're like, why would I do that? But then you think to
Absolutely
yourself,
not.
because it's dope and I'm on vacation. So of
No.
course you go out
No.
there and do it. You know what I mean? Of course.
It's the
Growing
dumbest
up
thing I've ever heard. That's the
in
dumbest thing
Riverside,
I've ever heard.
California, my mom used to always take us with our family friends. My mom and her friend would go. We'd go. The two families would go to Laughlin, Nevada, and we had a jet ski. And the jet ski was a tandem sport. It wasn't even a jet ski. It was like a Kawasaki tandem sport where you just one where you sit on. You don't have to stand because we were like, I'm too overweight. I can't do this.
That's so cool.
I'm not an athletic child. I just want to sit here, smoke darts, and eat bean dip from Doritos. or
5-layer bean dip?
no, just remember the little can of bean dip that you'd get.
Oh
Like, this
yeah,
does
I've seen
not
that. I've
taste
never
like
had it.
beans.
I've never had it.
It
Scares
was like it was the Fritos Lay's bean dip, and you'd
little
get
bean
it
dip can.
like you'd go to the Safeway and you'd buy the big scoop Frito Lay's, and it would always be on the little rack right in front of the Fritos. So you'd be like, "Well, I'm here. I might as well get the bean dip to go along with
Bean
it."
dip,
Spoilers.
it's the cheese and it's the little
cheese.
salsa.
But Joey, what I liked about the bean dip was that I could eat the bean dip on the 4-hour car ride or 5-hour car ride to Laughlin, Nevada, and then we just get more bean dip when we got there. But
Bean dip as a car snack is an interesting pick.
It was a smelly
Not one
ride.
that I'm
It was a smelly
surprised
ride.
by.
My
No, that
mom's-
tracks for Nick's. It's
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's the beef jerky. It's all the very pungent snacks.
there's a lot of beef jerky, there's a lot of bean dip going on in there. And my mom's Volvo did smell like two boys. I'll just put it that way. But what I'm going to say is, we used to get out, Mike, on the river. Now, as much as I used to jet ski in the ocean a couple times, hated it, right? It was fucking cold, everything's salty. You had to get out of the harbor first. You'd have to go at like 1 mile an hour, so you'd be freezing your ass off till you got to the open ocean, and then you almost get hit by a super yacht. The river, I used
A lot
to
of super
own.
yachts almost hitting you.
Super yacht.
in Corona Del Mar, yeah, for sure, in Laguna Beach, for
Shout out
sure.
to Corona Del Mar. I miss
What's that?
there.
I know, Corona Del
Shout
Mar.
out to Corona
Did you ever
Del
go to
Mar.
Dana Point?
Yeah. I didn't usually go further than Laguna.
Laguna is probably, yeah, it was usually cut off. My parents and I used to go to my parents. We'd go to any place that was where people would go, but one removed. So if rich people went to Laguna, we'd go to Dana Point. And
Yeah.
Dana Point was always hilarious because it was like one little harbor, that's it. But I didn't give a shit because all I cared about growing up was sitting in a hotel room, trying to watch the 1 second of porn that the TV would let you watch
Jesus
and eating
Christ.
bean dip.
Yeah, like that. Like that.
Anyway,
I like that.
I love
But-
rivers, hate
God.
oceans, is what I
Okay.
wanted to say on
I
that
like
one,
that.
Mike.
Let's keep it moving. We got 2 more news stories on the day, and I got a fun one for everybody. So right now, the Obi-Wan series release date possibly revealed right here. Nick Scarpino, we're getting a lot of Disney stuff, whether it be Marvel or Star Wars. We're getting a lot of Disney Plus stuff, and it feels only right that you would, continue pushing your content. So it looks like one of the Disney Plus execs might have tweeted out May 2022 for this one right here. I just wanted to ask the question of, are you into this?
First off,
what do they need to do to get you into this?
First off, Brandon San Giovanni, not a real human being. That is a made up account right there. I am these Disney Plus shows, the Star Wars shows, I've been kind of tuned out to for a very long time. The only thing that could really get me back on this one is if the entire show happens on Tatooine. Because I really think we haven't seen enough of that planet yet.
Well, Tatooine,
and I just think there's a lot of places that we can explore on this desert
That's
planet.
that boring desert planet, right?
That's the one that every show is based on because it's super easy
I
to
don't
just
want that.
to
Go out to the California desert.
Well,
And
they
just
don't even
film
do
it
that
there.
anymore. Now all of them are just filmed on LED screens and they just put some sand on the floor. It's
Cool.
But,
They copied us. They copied us, Nick.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking Mundoka. When they saw the morning show, they were like, we could do this on a big scale. I love Ewan McGregor and I loved his interpretation of Obi-Wan. I don't know that there's going to be more here for me, but I'll reserve the right to watch the trailer and make my own opinion on it. I watched the first season of the Book of Boba, or the first episode of Book of Boba Fett, and I was like, it's fine. I think these shows are similar to like guilty pleasures CW shows, and I'm not going to sit here and criticize that because I loved the first few seasons of Flash and Arrow, and so that's kind of where they hit for me. If that's what you want and you're into that, I'm not going to begrudge you watching the Obi-Wan show, but there hasn't been something that really got me excited in Star Wars in a very, very long time, unfortunately. I'm a little burned out on that, especially since we're watching Peacemaker now, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
what a
This is
good
what this
show.
could be?
What a good
I was
show.
like, I'm like, wait, we can take DC properties and make Peacemaker, And then I watched Book of Boba Fett, and I was like, why isn't this? And I know why it's not, because it's Disney. It's got to be PG. But I was like, Boba Fett should be a rated R show, first off.
Oh yeah.
That shit should be hard, and it should be dangerous and violent and make you think. But instead, we get kids on Vespa scooters, and I get that. That's what they're going to do. But hey, if it's for you, cool. I'll watch the trailer for it. I'll react to it. And then I'll say my piece, and then Tim and Carboni can enjoy it.
Okay, I like
It'll be
that.
fun.
Joey and Kevin, does this excite you at all?
I'm pretty tapped out of Star Wars stuff. Like I didn't even finish the first season of Mando.
Okay.
So my favorite thing is that on what is it, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, whatever night everything is, I wait to get texts from like Goldfarb and Tim, and I'm like, just spoil everything that happened for me so I don't actually have to watch it. Because I
Right.
want to know, but I don't actually want to put in any of the time or effort to watch it.
Okay.
There's really like one thing that could get me to come back to Star Wars, and they've been teasing it, and the fans are trying to get this going. But I don't want it to be a show. I'd want it to be a movie, or at least a trilogy of movies, or maybe go back and do like Shadows of the Empire or something like that. I want Sebastian Stan to be Luke Skywalker in a movie, and I don't know how we make this happen.
Why
But I
wouldn't
really
they do
think
that? You know, it's
They would
shit
never. Well,
better
first
call.
off, you know what I want them to do with Star Wars, Kevin. I want them to I want Kathleen Kennedy to come out and say, we're doing away with the prequels and we're doing away with the newest trilogy. All that stuff is gone. That's fun. That's an
Well, at that
alternate
point, why
reality.
not just redo everything?
Well, I want you to
Just
keep
make
the
a new
original
story.
trilogy,
Just make a
keep
new
the original
story.
trilogy, and just give me another trilogy, recast all the roles, and just do it right after Return of the Jedi. Do it like 10 years later. Have Sebastian Stan be Luke Skywalker, recast, do a slightly better job casting the Han Solo character and Princess Leia character, and give me the Grand Admiral Thrawn story or something else that's just a nice continuation of that, and then let me and Gary Whitta and Snowbike Mike write the prequels. Chris
bang it
Angel
out.
do the
Yeah,
art
Just
for
bang it
them.
out.
It'll be incredible.
I'll
Here's
write
my
some good
pitch.
stuff.
Here's my pitch for the sequels. The Revenge of Jar Jar Binks.
Oh,
And
Lord.
he comes out with a knife. He's got a knife, and it turns into a couple different knives. And it's like, oh my god, a quadruple-edged knife. How's he do? It's like a throwing star. He's just throwing it like Krull. That's
I like
what I
that
want.
in a world where lightsabers exist, Jar Jar Binks is like, nah, I'm a knife dude.
I like that. I like that. See, for me, Nick, I would go super R, and I would do this. I'd rip off one of the favorite audiobooks I've listened to, which is Darth Maul Lockdown. Okay, we get Darth Maul, scary, violent, murderer, right? But then we send him into a super scary galactic prison, and he's just murdering people, and then he breaks out. That's what I want to see.
That's cool as shit. See,
Yeah,
you can't do
that's
that.
what I
You
want
can't.
to
That's the big problem that Disney has right now is that they can't do that stuff, and it's unfortunate because Warner
All these
Warner
fucking
is
kids, you know.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is. I would never have said this, but from a TV perspective, in
Tell 'em.
such a better place because they have a content delivery platform that adults watch. And it's not to say that I don't watch Disney Plus stuff because I liked a lot of the Marvel shows. Hawkeye's fine. I've liked that stuff. It's entertaining to a degree, but they can't put Deadpool on Disney Plus, and that's unfortunate because they're missing out on a whole sector of great storytelling that they just
I
simply
don't
can't
know.
do.
So because what's interesting is this came up last weekend because of all of the right stuff in Canada, and they have like Star Plus now. So I was talking to my friend Cooper who's in Canada, and he was watching Dave on Disney Plus because of all of it. And I was like, that's a wild thing to say because I
that's
never
wild.
would
That's true.
expect
That's
that.
true. I
So I
should
feel
preface
like-
a lot of people are saying in the chat like obviously it's different stuff in America versus in
Yeah.
other areas. Yeah, here we get basically all we have is like just the PG to PG-13 offerings for Disney Plus here because that's what the platform is all about. And it's not to say that Disney can't figure out a way to go into those deeper areas, but they're going to need to get me back because I can't watch these PG shows anymore with Star Wars. They're just too generic. There's nothing there. They're not really telling any unique stories for me. They're not allowed to quote unquote go there. And then you watch something like Watchmen or you watch Peacemaker on HBO Max and you just go, this is a really great way to approach this material from an adult rated R, maybe slightly depending on Peacemaker rated X perspective. And that excites me. What doesn't excite me is another show on Tatooine where we're going to see Darth Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi fight because I know how that ends. It's not fun for me. Although there is a kernel of interest if you were to do a show where it is just Obi-Wan hunting down Darth Maul. That'd be pretty badass if that was the whole point of it. But
Yeah,
we'll see
but they
where
already
go
did
with it.
that. They already did that on the animated.
That's what a
stuff.
lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying like that was what all that stuff was
Yeah.
about, and it's unfortunate because I tried watching Clone Wars. I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah, I couldn't get
and,
into it either. It's just
You
little
know,
kid stuff, you know.
it's just not good storytelling for me, and I also just don't. I got to be 100% honest. I don't find the Anakin Skywalker character compelling at all because you can't paint that as a good guy for 3 or 4 seasons to me, and then all of a sudden have him turn around and start murdering fucking 3-year-olds. It just doesn't work for me. He
But
killed all the
can't we just
younglings. I'm like,
get
we
away
didn't
from
need
the
that scene.
Skywalkers then?
We probably should, and they're going to have to eventually, right? Star Wars is in a little bit of a creative crisis right now because they're so freaking reliant on all the things that fans know that they're very, very gun shy when it comes to actually making any new IP. And I understand it, right? You bought that for a few $1 billion. You gotta get your money back. But at this point, haven't we got our money back, Disney? Let's go out there and let's.
Oh, they
tell
got
some
their
new
money
stories.
back quick. They got
Yeah.
their money back
You got your
quick.
money. You got your
I don't
money.
know, but the other problem is like so much of their stories like revolve around. While I go on this diatribe, I think about this a lot, right? Because I think about the Jedi, and I think about the difference between the Jedi and another series that I think has a lot bigger possibilities, but that they're not doing anything with that either, which is the Harry Potter franchise. And I think one of the reasons why I think that Harry Potter there could be more fun stories told there is because the wizards specialize in stuff. And I always thought that was a big problem that the prequels have. All the Jedi are so similar, but there was.
Well,
They have
like space
grumblings.
cops. They're space
Well,
cops.
they're like space
with
wizards,
religion.
but what was always fascinating to me is they talked about how some people like there's that one scene. It's a terrible fucking scene because all the scenes in the prequels are pretty terrible. But there's a great scene of like where the Emperor is talking to Anakin. And he's talking about, I think it was Plagueis, where he's like he had different abilities. He had the ability to like generate life or bring someone back from the dead. I always thought that would be such a cool way to go with it, where you dial back the powers of the Jedi and you have a set of powers like you would anime, right? Like an anime, what's so cool about that is like people have, like Mike's talking about, I'm sure I haven't watched One Piece, but I'm sure like the different pirates have different powers, right? And it's fun to watch them go off against each other. Similar to how like X-Men was always fun because when it was Wolverine versus Sabretooth, you're like, that's pretty cool. They can fight each other. They're evenly matched. But if it's Wolverine versus Magneto, Wolverine is fucked. He is fucked. There is no way he's beating this guy. And I just feel like we got to a place with the Jedi where everything's so generic and everyone's exactly the same that you can't possibly have fun because there's no distinguishing between these characters.
They did introduce new powers with Rey, and I feel like there was a lot of like, oh, what? She can heal?
The problem with Rey is that Rey had all the powers. And that was unfortunate because Rey needed to have if Rey's whole journey was figuring out how to just heal, and that was her power, but she wasn't OP in every other section, that would have been compelling to me. But she sort of rises to power very, very quickly in the first movie, and then is just sort of overpowered the entire time. And there's nothing fun about watching characters that don't have any place to go, right? She didn't really have any place to grow. I like the character and I like the actress playing her, but I wish that like I'm way more interested in Adam Driver's character, in Kylo Ren's character, because he's got something he can change. He had to change by the end of it. Granted, it wasn't very well done. And him, there's lots of different stuff in Star Wars that I think they could do, but I really think they need to dial it back. I think they have a Superman problem with the Jedi. And I think it's just that the Jedi are so freaking OP, they're just not fun to watch. Like Greg always talks about with Superman, dial back the characters to a reasonable place where Superman can be beat, and all of a sudden you get something fun to watch. Similar to like Invincible, where like Mark is very, very hard to beat, but he's not unbeatable. And when someone does beat his ass, all of a sudden you're like, holy shit. Like we haven't seen Conquest yet in the anime, but motherfucker, when I got to him in the comic books, I was like, dude, this is scary as shit, right? Anyway, I digress. That's what they need to do with Star Wars. They need to get away. They need to get away from the Skywalker. They need to dial back the powers of the Jedis and tell some cool, unique stories in that universe, and just kind of and start really world building. Because I don't care what anyone says, they haven't really world built.
Well, there you go. That's what they need to do. And guess what? What you need to do is subscribe here to twitch.tv/KindaFunnyGames at the tier 1 through 3 level, or for free. If you, your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your dog walker, anybody in your life have Amazon Prime, you got Prime Gaming, you get 1 free sub each and every 30 days, and we'd love for you to use it right here with us, because guess what? You don't have to watch these ads. It's the top of the hour, which means I'm going to run another block of Twitch ads, and guess what? If you don't want to subscribe, that's just fine. You're still supporting us by watching these ads, so enjoy. But guess what? I'm saying a lot of guess whats, but we're just going to keep it moving. Kevin, can you run the All Sorts of Sports segment for me?
All right, I'm getting a cup of coffee on this one.
All right, but no talking, remember. All sorts of sports with Andy Cortez.
And Snowbike Mike. No Andy Cortez today to talk all sorts of sports with me, but of course, I want to talk all sorts of sports with you because guess what, Kevin?
Yep.
It's Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl
Get the
is right
fuck
around the
out.
corner. This Sunday, we will end the NFL season with a bang down in SoCal. Sunny Los Angeles will be the home of the Super Bowl, and we got two awesome teams coming your way because guess what, Kevin? The Kansas City Chiefs aren't in it. Heck yeah. That's just a little payback because my Buffalo Bills aren't in it. But we will see the Cincinnati Bengals take on the LA Rams. Joe Burrow will take on the Rams and that squad down in LA. And so, of course, it is customary to have Madden and EA give us their prediction for what the Super Bowl score will be. And we have a fun little Twitter right now, Twitter post from EA and Madden with Marshawn Lynch predicting the Super Bowl. But Kevin, really all we need to know is that Madden has predicted the Super Bowl outcome to be 24-21 for the Bengals. So if you're an LA team, that is unfortunate. Madden has predicted the Bengals walking away with this one. But Kevin, my money is on the LA Rams. I like the LA Rams squad. They got Von Miller. They got OBJ. They got Matthew Stafford. They got a strong squad with Aaron Donaldson holding down the D-line. And I like this team. I like this team a lot. And I like Von Miller because he used to be a Denver Bronco. But on the backside, you got the Bengals. This is a young, hot team. I know. That's why I'm giving it to you right now, Kevin. The young, hot team. Joe Shiesty, as they like to call him, right? Joe with the drip. Joe Icy. Joe's got game, okay? Joe Burrow has got game, and he's got game. Chase out in the backfield or Chase out as wide receiver. It's a good-looking squad here, and I think we're going to have a really great matchup for the Super Bowl this Sunday. So something to keep an eye out. Of course, get your bets in for what the coin toss will be, how long the national anthem will be. It's just a fun time to gather around the TV, maybe eat some bean dip and enjoy.
They making bets on the national anthem now?
Yeah, bro. So the best part about the Super Bowl is they do all the dumb bets, right? The coin toss, national anthem, how long it will go. Kevin, I was watching some great TikToks on the Insider Knowledge about the national anthem. So they call this girl, oh man, what was her name? I just forgot it. It's like Quickie Amy or something like that. This girl has sang the national anthem a number of times at sporting events, and she's gotten in and out before like 90 seconds. She doesn't like going too long. And so they have like a over-under on the national anthem of how long she'll go for it's like 92 seconds. Maybe it's a minute and a half or something like that. But they think she'll stay short or possibly long. But there's always some fun, dumb stuff for the Super Bowl bets, which is a really great time. But Super Bowl this Sunday, make sure to go check it out. Let me know who you got. And to continue all sorts of sports, Kevin, of course, I got a dope one. Kevin, can I get the one? Kevin, give me the one. Can I get the one, Kevin? Give me the one, please.
Gavin won.
No, I don't have the one set up for this. I mean, I don't. Let me see what happens if I go to the one.
Give me the one, Kevin. Give me the one.
You see what I mean? Hold on. No. Give me a second. Let me get there. It is. There it is.
Mind your life, mate.
To give the one right now, to stick with the all sorts of sports, let's talk all sorts of esports and esports gaming apparel. As many of you know, recently I went out and bought the latest 100 Thieves 2022 primary Steez jersey. Thank you, Nick. And they went a little different this year. They went with the rugby kind of preppy
I like
polo look, or what do you call
it.
these things? I forget what they're called.
polo.
Rugby's right.
Yeah,
It's
and
like a
so
rugby shirt, yeah.
here's the deal. I was very apprehensive on this because I love wearing my 100 Thieves gear because it's light. It's the athletic fit. It's just airy and comfortable. And then they were like, yo, we're going to give you like a school polo. And I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to wear these. I bought two. They were both sitting in the bag as usual. But I will tell you this. I put it on, and I'm loving it, Joey and Kevin and Nick. I'm liking this.
You look good.
It feels good. Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm not mad. What I really love is the 100 Thieves here with the logo. My favorites are the sponsorship logos are on the arm. I prefer when they're not on the chest here. I like that it's just this logo. but it feels good. It's better than I thought. So I got to give a big shout out to him.
I think it's cool. It's so funny though, man. Like, you guys know this is gonna come as a shock, but Joey is as my consigliere and as my priest. I'm gonna admit something to you right now, Joe.
Admit it to me.
And I'd like you to, of course, in nomine Padre, Spiritus Sanctus, goes to the shell.
Oh shit!
I'd like
Hold
you
on.
to.
Fuck, my bad. There you go.
I'd like you to absolve me of all my sins. I'm gonna make a confession, everyone. I'm old. I'm old.
I've never
And I
seen
know
it
it's
that way.
crazy because I come off,
32
guys. I know.
never looked so good. 32.
Thank
though.
you, Mike.
32.
Thank you, Mike. You just got a raise. I know that I come
Mike,
off as
you're
a cool
32.
hip. I come off as a cool hip 18-year-old. I know all the cool lingo. I know what drip means. I know what steez means.
Yeah.
I know how to play the wordles and the loodles and stuff like that. But I grew up in the 90s, guys. I was born in the 80s. I came to sexual prominence in the 90s.
Don't do this. Don't make this.
Oh,
about
wow.
sex.
I don't know if
wow.
this is the direction we needed to go in.
And I'll tell you this, just forget I said that sexual part. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I didn't think it did. I didn't think it did.
I did go through puberty in the 90s, and I got my driver's license. And when I got my driver's license, Mike, what I'll say is what's old is new again. I used to wear rugby shirts in the 90s. That was like my look.
Really?
Yeah, that look with like baggy jeans and flannel. That was all the rage in like late 90s, early 2000s. So
Lit.
we're coming back full circles. The 90s are in, and I got to be honest with you guys. It was hideous back then, and it's hideous now. But I do love this shirt. I like the rugby shirt because it's a little prep. It looks really good on you, Mike.
90s are in. So go get some Jinko jeans. Go get a rugby t-shirt. Go get your Tamagotchi and get some Chia Pets in your house. And let's bring back the 90s. A great era back then. But
Perfect.
Kevin, let's get out of all sorts of sports. Run the graphic.
All right. Okay. Again, huh?
Hell yeah.
Source. With Andy Cortez. All sorts of sports with Andy Cortez.
I love that it teases me, Kevin. There's this moment where it shows me, and I'm like, oh my God, is it my time? And then it just keeps going. I'm like, oh, I guess it's not my time. But that was all sorts of sports. Super Bowl this weekend. Go enjoy one final game of football before the end of the season. But before we get into fun clips, let's talk about two quick things. I have a fun pick 'em for all of you to have some fun with. But also, I got to tell you, hey, let's continue to fill up that bar. We're in our second hour right now, which means we're in overtime starting right now, Kevin. And I think are we getting near that second half, Kevin? That first half? Where are we at right now?
It looks like we definitely have 15 minutes, you know?
Okay, well, we have guaranteed 15 minutes starting now, but with your support, if you want more morning show, if you want fun clips, if you want Mike and Nick trying a game for the first time, which
We're
will
not
be the
that
back
far away
half
from halfway,
of this,
actually.
we can fill up this bar, go for that full extra hour, just like Josh Topher did with the Prime Gaming sub for 52 months. So if you want more, let's keep it going right now with your subs, bits, and donations. But Joey, Kevin, and Nick, last week we had to pick out of the best comedies. We had a tough one. It wasn't the best comedies. It was just the guy's DVD pile, right?
The guy's
but I found
garbage.
I found another one right now. Thank you to Professor Nelson. I found another one on Twitter from Films to Films that says pick one from each row. So I thought this would be a fun one for all of us to pick one from each
that
row. So we're
Joker.
going to go row by row. Let's go first row together.
That
We'll
top
all
row
pick
needs
one,
to chill the fuck
and
out.
then,
that top
then we're gonna
row.
That
go.
top row
Yeah.
needs. Should we do columns instead? Because like that's
No.
gonna be hard. You know, let's
We
do that
should
one last. Let's do that
100%
one
do
last.
columns.
Really?
do
You
that
think
one
the
last.
top row is tough? Okay,
Are you
we'll talk about
joking?
Let's
row
do the
is
top row
real
last
hard.
then.
Yeah,
Let's go
that top
to.
row is real hard.
Let's start with the second row then. Everybody taking a look at the second row. It looks like we have Black Panther. That's Batman versus
Fuck, the
Superman.
second
You have
row is
Logan,
Yes.
insane.
Batman
No,
Returns,
no,
and
no.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh wait, it is pretty hard. Wow.
yeah,
Let's
but-
start
okay,
with the
so-
bottom. Let's start with the bottom row. Let's start with the bottom.
Okay, Kevin would like to start in the bottom row. So we're going to go with Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Far From Home, Watchmen, V for Vendetta, and Wonder Woman. So everybody remember, I want you all to talk it out. Let's fill the time. Let's have some fun. But also let's fill up that bar because we have fun clips to get to, and I want to watch fun clips. Thank you, Mr. Mandrews and OMGLX for the Prime Gaming sub and the Tier 1 sub. But you know what? Who wants to go first to discuss their thoughts on the bottom row?
I can go. Okay, go ahead.
Go for it, Kev.
All right. lot of interesting stuff down there. But for me,
Yeah.
the real contenders is that middle section right there. We got Spider-Man. What is that? Far From Home,
Yes, Far From Home.
Watchmen, and V for Vendetta. Spider-Man, I don't care what you like. Look, Spider-Man 2, say what you want. It's old and it didn't age well. Wonder
Yeah.
Woman wasn't good when it came out. It was
The
like
first one?
Yeah,
that's the first
the
one.
third act 100% loses all of its like steam, in my opinion.
Okay.
Um,
I like the first one.
but like I think in those three movies, it's really difficult because Spider-Man is great, but I fucking love V for Vendetta, so I'm gonna give it to V.
Your friend did a good movie.
Yeah,
Good movie.
great
Joey,
movie.
what say you?
So here's the thing. I haven't seen Watchmen or V for Vendetta, so
Okay.
So-
Interesting.
Two out of
Interesting.
That
two
cuts
out of the
my-
five
that
movies
cuts
off
my
the list
list
already.
down.
Yeah.
and then here's the other thing. I historically not a huge Spidey girl.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
okay.
So by like process of elimination, I feel like it would be Wonder Woman, but the fact that I just rewatched all of the Spider-Mans before the last one makes me think I'm picking Far From Home, No Way Home, whatever one it is. Can we
Mhm.
please
Far
name them
From Home.
differently?
Yeah.
So that I don't always
The home.
Far-
I mean, you could call
That's
it
a good
two.
call, Joey. I like that.
I no more home, no more. We're done with
Okay.
Spider-Man.
I think
going
they're
home.
done with that for now, for sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
done.
I would.
Yeah.
So you're picking the Spider-Man one, Joe?
I think I am, which is like
I-
kind of upsetting.
I'll be honest with you. Out of all of these movies, the one that I would pick that I think I like, that I find the most interesting, and that I really like a lot is Watchmen. I really like that. I watched it about 6 or 7 months ago because I was trying to get Dee into the HBO series, and she really liked it. But I was like, let's watch the first movie. I just think it's a cool story. I think Snyder did a good job interpreting it, and I like it. I will give a special shout out to, of course, Spider-Man: Far From Home and V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta is a great movie.
Great movie.
I just think Watchmen was just a cool vibe and such a unique story that I think they did a good job with. So I'll pick Watchmen.
Nick, if I may, I
may.
did want to throw an honorable mention for Watchmen because
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it. I just happen to like V for Vendetta a little bit more.
Yeah, I can see. I think V for Vendetta is a more interesting and
Yeah.
and weirder and more
Well,
twisted story,
there's
so I
that
totally
twist
get
that happens, and you're just like, wow,
Full
oh, you got
concept.
me, you fuck.
But I will say, like, a lot. I've given Zack Snyder a lot of shit over the years, rightfully so in some cases. But I think he did a great job doing making Watchmen into a live action. Yeah.
Except for that
Mike?
weird, like, overly long sex scene in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
there's no such thing as an overly long sex scene in a movie.
Mm,
It's like the
you,
They
Remy.
Live fight scene where I'm like, I could watch this forever.
Thanks, Remy, for the 10 gifted subs right there in the
I
Joe
love that
McWolf.
sound effect.
Thank you to
We've
Jay
hit the-
Mearns
we've hit
and
the
Robles
halfway mark,
for
by the
getting
way.
up. Let's get this going. Now, Kevin and Nick and Joey, for me, I go down the list, right? And yeah, the Spider-Mans with Toby back in the day were great. They are super old now, and they're not what I want to watch. Wonder Woman is all right to me. I've never seen V for Vendetta. I'm like Joey, I don't even know what that is all about, except for the mask that took over the world for quite some time.
Guy
There's a
Fawkes
scene.
Day.
Yeah, there's a
That's all I
scene
know.
that always breaks me in Watchmen that I just can't watch because it hurts and I hate it. And
What scene is it?
I think it's the sex scene. I don't like
really?
that situation. Yeah,
Dude.
I don't like that.
Interesting.
Now we're talking about the same sex scene. I'm talking about the pool table.
Oh no,
No,
no, I was talking about the
that-
other.
no,
Yeah.
That's the one
He's
that always breaks.
no,
me. I can't watch
That's a
that. I
hard
hate
scene.
that.
That's
It hurts
that's
me.
a sexual
And,
assault
yeah,
scene.
Yeah.
What you're
that's
talking,
the one
what
that
Mike's
breaks me.
talking.
I can't watch that.
No, Kevin's talking about the Malin Ackerman sex scene with
Yeah.
with the guy from
Where they're in the-
Conjuring, where they're in
The
the
owl ship.
and
Yeah.
they're just
Okay.
banging
And
it
they're
out
just banging
slowly.
when Hallelujah
Yeah,
is playing.
no.
I
Watchmen
think it's
doesn't get
sexy.
my vote. I don't like Watchmen. It hurts me. And so Spider-Man will get my vote. I like
All right.
Spider-Man a lot.
Going up to the second,
Joey,
the
the
next,
ice
the second to
cream man's
last row here, we've got Captain Marvel, X2, X-Men Unlimited, Man of Steel, Doctor Strange, and Aquaman. Whew.
This is
I'm gonna
also
go- wait.
not a great row.
Not a
Not,
great
not a
list.
lineup. Not a great
I
lineup.
don't-
here.
Sorry, real quick. What did you vote for in the first row?
Mike voted
Mike.
for. Oh, I voted for Watchmen.
I
Like-
went for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Far From Home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good list.
Thank you.
Number 2, I'm going to kick this off.
Kick
I'm
it
gonna
off, Nick.
say, out of these movies, Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange a lot. I think it's a very underrated
Oh.
Marvel movie. I think the visuals and the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch and Tilda Swinton and God damn it, why do I always forget his name? The guy that plays Wong. Anyway,
Oh, Benedict.
Mhm.
No.
It's
Are they
another
both
Benedict, isn't it?
Benedicts? Yeah, I
they're
think
both
they are.
Benedicts. And also, yeah. I mean, I love the first Doctor Strange. I thought it was super cool, visually fun, fun concept, and then I get to also do this. Dormammu, I've come to negotiate.
Negotiate.
I'll take it
Benedict
back.
Wong, that's his name. What's the character's name? Damn it.
Yeah, Dormammu.
Character's
you
name
got
is
it.
also Wong, which is why it's
Yeah, that
confusing.
makes sense. Okay, cool. I got it right. That'd be my vote.
Okay. I'll go next on this one. I am not pleased with this lineup right here. You know what I am pleased with? My dude Jason Momoa, because he can do no wrong. So I'm definitely taking Aquaman in this one. And yeah, that's my pick right there. Definitely Aquaman. He rocks.
Kevin.
Yeah, I think easily Doctor Strange on this one. I feel like X2 is really remembered fondly, but again, rewatch it. It's not great anymore. Captain Marvel, like, I wish it was a little bit funner.
Nah, it's not that fun.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish they had done a little bit more. Aquaman, I really enjoyed, but not for the right reasons. And they know what they did.
They know what they did there. Joey, what say you?
Aquaman, I didn't even finish because I thought it was bad.
The brutal honesty. I love
Yeah.
it.
X2, I'm not like a big X-Men person, which is why the fact that I like the one that I do makes it even wilder. I didn't really care about Captain Marvel at all. Doctor Strange I've only seen once, and I remember thinking it was very meh, but it's been on my list to go back and rewatch because I know I need to give it a second chance. But I actually really liked Man of Steel.
Man of Steel would have been my second on this list, truth be told.
Damn, I didn't even
because I think it
talk
has
about Man
some
of Steel.
really beautiful moments. I just think it just didn't, unfortunately, didn't come together as a whole. But I do think there's a lot of great stuff in Man of Steel.
In terms of DC movies, it's on the upper end. Of it.
Definitely. Yeah, as you remember when we talked about Man of Steel originally, it's one of those movies that I keep coming back to that, like the Quentin Tarantino quote, where it's so good, I'm mad that it's not great. And that's one of the things with Man of Steel where I'm like, it should be better. It should be great. It has all the trappings of a great movie. It's just when you watch it, you're left kind of like, oh, it just didn't. Yeah, they just didn't nail it. It's a little too much action, not enough of something. I don't know, but the mixture's off.
I feel like
mixture's off.
It's another one where the third act totally collapses, and like suddenly you've got these two characters fighting that like they're not hurting each other. They're just destroying the city around them, and it's like, well, that's not compelling.
It's an interesting concept and and it's a spectacle. But after 25 minutes of that, you're like, my brain has just gone to white noise now. And I just, again, I don't want to harp on it, but I don't love the fact that Superman had to kill him. I was like, this is just a boring way out of this. This is lazy writing. You got a phantom zone machine that's sucking everything into there. How come you couldn't figure that out? But
I mean, that would have killed him too, though, right?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how all this. I guess it would. True, that's true. But maybe you could have trapped him again. I mean, I don't love the idea that they were like, we're going to make Superman and Batman kill people. I think it kind of just ruins the characters, truth be told. But I don't want to start a massive Reddit.
Well, I mean, in the comics, like him killing Zod is like a big thing.
Oh,
like he does kill Zod. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, and it's one of his like greatest regrets, kind of thing.
That's fair. They never really went back to that in the series. They were like, he just kills people. It's fine. But okay, so did everyone do their picks? Mike, what is your pick for this row?
Aquaman.
That's fantastic. Right. Going up now, it's starting to get hard here, folks.
Yeah,
because
is it?
Yes, because well, okay, so I'll tell you why. Because Logan and Into the Spider-Verse are great movies.
Black Panther is also very good.
Black Panther, very good.
That third act collapsed on the third act again because it's like, look at these two guys that are the same.
Oh, you're right. That is a good
MCU,
one.
stop doing that. Stop just giving me two of the same. Where it's like, oh, he's just fighting another Black Panther.
To me, this is between Logan and Into the Spider-Verse. And
really, Batman Returns isn't on there for you? That's wild.
Oh, I love Batman Returns, but I'm not going to sit here.
I'm surprised they didn't put 89 instead of Batman.
Oh, if 89 was on here, it would be the GOAT of the whole list. But of course, this guy's messing with me. Put Returns on this 100% GOAT of the whole list. Everyone would love it. It's the best movie ever made. But I will say this is a hard one. But I have to give. I got to give this the Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes,
100%.
Yes.
I love Logan, and I love what they did with Logan. Logan is a very close second runner-up for me, but Into the Spider-Verse was just like, that was like one of those movies you watch and you're like, all right, this is something new. This is a new thing. This is not something that's been done before. It's
And
super
it's
cool.
dope. And it's
great
wildly
art style, great story, great acting, fucking phenomenal music.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Logan, I'll tell you though, blew me away.
Yeah,
Loved it.
Logan had
Loved
great
it.
moments.
It proved to me that just because you're old doesn't mean you're useless.
Well,
It's proved to me. It's what it proved to me. I have use in this company, Joey. What about you, Kevin?
it's a
what are you gonna
movie.
pick
You
for
have to
this
remember
third
there's fantasy involved, Nick.
The man also has mutant powers.
It's not autobiographical, you know.
I mean, this is a tough one for me too. Specifically between Logan and Spider-Man into
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse. But I think when it comes down to it, I think that Into the Spider-Verse gets my vote. Where it's
It
like
has to.
it's
Yeah.
just it's a stronger movie, and there's a lot of like crap with Logan, where it's like, oh yeah, it was cool and like what they did with the story, but it was also like sad to see like that world was so devoid of mutants and stuff. And I get that that's part of the story, but I wish
love
that it was
I love that about it.
yeah, no, and that's cool, but I wish it was just implemented a little bit better.
Well, it's a serious movie. It's more of a. I mean, remember when that came out, everyone was like, "Hey, how come this isn't getting nominated? Like, this should get nominated for like best drama because yes, it had action and stuff. But remember all of the back and forth between Professor X, who was like losing his mind and all that.
Oh my God, that was so sad.
Very
That was
sad,
cool.
serious material. That was super cool. But yeah, Mike, where are you at with this?
Into the
second row?
Spider-Verse. Easy one for me. I like Black Panther. The three in the middle. I don't think I've ever seen Batman Returns. But the Logan was all right to me. Not what I wanted. And so yeah, the three in the middle skippable for me. But yeah, Spider-Man for sure, 100%.
Joey.
I like that nobody even acknowledges Batman v Superman because for me that was one of the
fuck
most
those movies.
disappointing in theater movies I've ever seen. I went to a midnight screening for that by myself because I couldn't
What?
get any of my friends to go with me
Wow.
at midnight when I lived in Orange County. And I walked out and I was like, oh, that sucks. Logan is one of those movies that I've seen once and I probably will never watch again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Batman Returns, I don't have a huge attachment to.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Verse and Black Panther is really hard because I do really, really love both of them. But Spider-Verse cracks like my top like favorite movies of all time list, where Black Panther only cracks my like favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So I gotta give it to Spider-Verse, which is
Spider-
I think the first clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I you know what it comes down to for me sometimes it's like, do I remember, is there the hype moment in one of these movies, right? Is there a hype moment?
Michael
And
B.
Spider-Verse
Jordan was
has
so good. in
one of the
Black
hypest
Panther,
moments.
though.
He was great. He was great.
He
But
was
the
so
moment
good.
where Miles Morales like takes the jump
Oh,
and then that
yeah.
song
Yeah.
kicks in,
Oh my God.
and we
that's-
get
yeah,
the
you're
upside
right.
that we get the shot from this
Yeah.
is just
So
one
good.
of the fucking coolest things ever laid down to digital celluloid. I know they don't do celluloid anymore, but
I love that you added digital to somehow.
Celluloid,
like
baby.
that statement makes no fucking sense.
Completely
Yeah.
animated. All right, we've skated around this enough. We have to tackle this top row.
I hate
Fucking A.
this.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I think it's looking at this again. It comes down to two movies: Infinity War and The Dark Knight. And now that I'm saying that, it's not even a question. It's The Dark Knight. That movie is
Okay.
fucking- That movie, it much in the same vein as Spider-Verse, Dark Knight. When I sat in that theater and watched it, I was like, this is a new era of movies. This took it to a totally different place than I ever thought a Batman movie would. Heath Ledger's performance elevates that movie so much. It's not even on the fucking, I don't think you can compare it to anything else on this list. I know that people will say, what about Joker, Joaquin Phoenix? I like that movie a lot too. And of course, Infinity War, a special place in my heart. I will give a special shout out to the first Superman movie, which I believe that is Superman 1. But
Yeah.
man, go back and try to watch that movie.
Yep,
It is
yep.
fucking long and boring. So I'm going to give it to The Dark Knight. And Captain America, Winter Soldier, fuck, that's good too. But
It's, a
It's
really
so
one.
good.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's no
really,
Dark
really
Knight.
good.
It's no Dark Knight.
If I may, I'd like to go
Yeah.
next.
You may.
I'm very like I can't believe that Joker is on this thing where it's like that movie like it's sticks out
It's an
so yeah it
everything
really
else
is
on the
it really is. So I just want to start by saying that because that movie it shouldn't be on here. Second of all, man, this is hard because Captain America: Winter Soldier I think was the first MC movie that like I walked out of just being like I had gone to it and I was like it'll be fine, but I was like wow, what a like cool like espionage like Metal Gear feeling movie.
Yes. It's one of those movies where you're like, it had no business being as good as it is, and that really speaks to how great the creative team at MCU is. That they made this was the first movie that made me care about Captain America. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. And then going into Civil War, I was like, okay, I really love what they're doing here.
Obviously,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, obviously, The Dark Knight is fantastic and amazing, and like really brought like adult cinema to the. Not I don't know, adult cinema is not the right term, but like they made a cinematic they made a truly cinematic movie with superheroes. And like it gets a lot of points for that. Superman, like I probably on here the movie that I've seen the most of all these movies. Oh yeah. I mean Superman's a huge name in our family where we're like I would watch that movie over and over again. And
remember the poetry part where she's like, "Do you fly? I fly, little bird, fly away."
Yeah, there's
like,
there's a lot that's stupid. I mean, like this is the one where he time travels, right?
Yes, he turns the planet back on its rotation and time travels and saves Lois Lane and the nuclear bombs.
Yeah,
and then
but
go
ahead.
If that was Superman 2, it would be a different story. I love the second Superman, the Richard Donner.
It also has some like interesting stuff.
Oh, it's weird as shit, dude. But Zod and
remember when he
Neil
pulls
the
plastic thing off his Superman thing and throws it and kills that one guy?
Right, wraps him up and kills him. That was a little strange. But we have that great scene, the great fight with the Coke truck and all that stuff in the middle of time. So that was awesome.
And it's like my views on Infinity War have changed recently. Where I've always been like, I love that Endgame concludes everything. But I, like maybe 2 months ago, rewatched Infinity War and Endgame with Avery, Paula's sister, and Paula. Because she had never seen them before. And it, like, Infinity War is such an amazing movie.
It's really good.
I'm with Kevin, where I've flipped recently. And I was like, I think I like Infinity War more than Endgame.
Oh, wow. Really? Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm gonna say.
Wait,
Joey,
what did you end up picking, Kevin?
Oh, I'm sorry. Infinity War takes it for me, but Dark Knight is right there. The problem with Dark Knight is that like it was peak, and then what came afterwards just hasn't hit those levels.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. But I will say this. Before Mike votes. Going off of my guide, which is like hype moments. The two movies, and there are lots of hype moments in Infinity War. I just can't think of them right now. The two that stick out in my brain, are. And I'm not gonna vote for Superman, but I will say in Superman, the first time you see him, and with the whole helicopter sequence and the build up to that and the phenomenal John Williams score where she falls and he grabs her and the helicopter and goes, "Don't worry, ma'am, I've got you." And she goes, "You've got me. Who's got you?"
Yeah, that's
one of the best moments ever. But it cannot hold a candle to because he's not our hero, Kevin. Because he's the hero Gotham deserves, not the one it needs right now. So we'll hunt him because he can fucking take it. Because he's not a hero. He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark
Gary
knight.
Oldman? Was that Gary Oldman?
End, Gary Oldman saying that as he goes up the tunnel into the light, and then it just cuts to that dope ass song. Might be one of the top 5 hypest moments in cinema history ever made.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, when I had said that I'm with Kevin, I just meant that I liked Infinity more than Endgame. I haven't fully picked my pick of this list.
It's a really hard one.
All right, Joey. What's
but I need Mike to go because I need to continue to think about it.
Mine is easy, so I'll try to buy you a little bit of time.
Thank you.
Joey, but mine will be The Dark Knight. I was leaning towards Infinity War, but I think I'm an Endgame guy over Infinity War, so I'd much rather have the ending to it all. I think there's more fun in that one. But then the Joker, skippable, never seen the original Superman. Captain America, Winter Soldier, I'm not as high as everybody is on it. I think it's good, but I'm more of I like the comedic, fun Marvel movies, right? Everybody sees that in me. You hear me all the time. I literally picked Aquaman, so back up, okay? You know what I mean? So when I look at that, Winter Soldier just isn't my line, isn't my kind of movie. I like it, but I would prefer Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok all day, any day over Captain America Winter Soldier. So that's why I'm going to go with The Dark Knight for me. I like The Dark Knight. It's good. It's a little dark and it's a little gritty, but I like that sometimes. It's fun. But out of these 5, I'd go with The Dark Knight any day of the week. That's the one I would lean to.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I hate this, by the way. I mean, the easy things for me to rule out are Superman and Joker. There's not even like a little percentage that I'm considering in this. The Winter Soldier is one of my like go to. I need to put something on. I don't know what I'm in the mood for, but I want to watch something movies, and it's so good. Like I went back and rewatched because I was kind of like I was pretty meh on Cap for a very long time. And I went back and rewatched all of the Cap movies before Falcon and Winter Soldier last year. And I was like, fuck, I think I like Captain America, which was like a reckoning within myself because I was like, I did not like Captain America for
That's
so
true,
long.
bro. That's true, bro.
I know. I was like, oh, maybe I don't. Maybe there are some problems with the Playboy philanthropist billionaire that took me a little bit of time to realize, you know?
We were all confused by his coolness, Joey.
I know. So that's that. Infinity War. What a great start to the end of the MCU as we knew it. So many great moments. The war in Wakanda is so good. Like the emotional beats at the end with the snap, like truly amazing. But I still, to this day, we have seen a lot of movies on opening night, and I have never felt the electricity in a theater the way that I did for a midnight showing of The Dark Knight. It's one of those moments that will stay with me forever because it had an energy that I had never experienced before. And granted, we get a lot of really cool stuff with the MCU, but there was just something different about experiencing that with a large group of people. You add in the fact Heath Ledger, such an iconic performance. I agree with Kevin that there's not a lot. It is carrying a lot of weight in that franchise. Whereas Avengers feels more like a celebration of a lot of really good work. This is stressful. I hate this.
Joey is filibustering right
now. I can hear Joey swaying one way and then swaying the other way.
Yeah, she's all over the board.
Joey's like 5 minutes away from me. Like, we should go back down to the bottom list and talk about it.
But I think in my heart of hearts, I have to go with The Dark Knight.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it.
Wow, nearly unanimous.
Yeah, there's your pick'em for the week. Always fun. We want to hear from you. Whether you're watching live, let us know in the chat live, or if you're watching over on the VOD on YouTube, thank you so much for checking out the morning show. Let us know what you think on this week's pick'em is. We have 4 minutes left on the stream, so I'm going to slowly start to close this stream out unless you want it, Twitch live chat. If you want to continue on for another 15 and or 30 minutes, you can help fill up that bar. We can push for more, we can do fun clips, and we can go on from there. But as I start to slowly ramp down the stream, we do have Professor Nelson,
who's a genius,
drawing up an
just a genius
for Scream. And Nick, I don't know if you see this, but this could be the look right here. Professor Nelson, very well done.
Oh, I see what you've done here, Professor Nelson. But I don't understand why it can't. I still think you. What I'd like to do is I want you to keep the same amazing vibe.
This is so good.
I think you need to keep the same amazing vibe, but I think. A, tweet it at James and Elise as well as us, and B, maybe just let's experiment with what the 6 looks like in the C position.
That's bad. That goes the wrong way. If it was a B, you might be able to get away with it,
or a G. No.
S. I'm just saying. S6
I'm telling you, a lowercase a could also work. This is brilliant, though. And let's not pretend that it isn't.
This is fucking
This is
cool.
the real deal.
Yeah, this is very well done. Very well done, Professor Nelson. Good job.
Very well done, Professor Nelson. And so, as we start to say goodbye, Kevin, bring up one fun clip. What do we got? Do we have one fun clip?
Oh, we didn't do the fun
Kevin?
clips. That's a bummer.
We didn't even get the fun clips. We don't have enough time for it. We got to get out of here. So,
I mean, if
we'll
they
bring
want
up
to
one
fill
fun
the
clip
bar,
to
we
tease
could
you.
probably do all of the fun clips.
If we want to fill up that bar, we can keep it going. and we can hit 30 more minutes on the clock, and we can keep this going
Let's
for fun clips and beyond. But I'll hit you with one fun clip. I think I put a couple of good ones up at the top. Yep, this is a great one right here. This is a good one to end it on. This is a good one right here.
That's incredible. That's not a real.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I believe
Yeah,
this is real.
No,
Those are
this must be
real?
someone making fake labels, right?
You
There's
think
no
so?
way. Yeah,
I think the
that is-
marijuana pipe at the bottom might be fake.
Yes, that's incredible. Man, I'll tell you what.
This
I love
is
those
great,
cheese dogs
and
so
people.
much.
That would honestly, if it would be a lot of fun to go and make labels to replace labels in.
Oh, just
that
put 'em
could
on
be
there.
That's
yeah, because we
really
can make that
fucking
as like an
funny.
art thing, you know.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good right there,
They
Kevin.
would all be dick jokes for me.
Give me one more. Give me one more.
I'll give him as many as I want. Oh, look at this little
Oh,
guy.
They have those in Japan.
I don't like when they have a mind of its own like that.
I like when they
know,
open up
they
and they're
know
like,
what your
feed
butt
me.
wants. Give me your poop.
Feed me.
A little slow for me though. This video.
I'd like to take your poop.
This one got me interested in bidets. I've never used a bidet, but it's got me interested in it.
They squirt water into your chooch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, rear soft, front wide.
Front
Give me that
wide?
fucking. I want.
Oh God. oh, it took a long time to get there, but
this
it
is
got there
great.
good.
Got there.
What a great song to use too.
This is so funny.
Uh-huh. Wow. Talk about winning me over.
That's okay.
The
That
single
was incredible.
figure
Got
at
you,
the
Kev?
end
Did that one
also
get
very-
you?
Yeah, it
That
really
was
did.
fucking great.
Okay, good. Thank you to Nano for dropping the 500 bits
gonna do
right
one
there.
more.
Appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna
We're
do
gonna do
one
one more. We're gonna do one more to end
Do
the
one
stream.
more.
This dude's helping. I love that. What a motorcycle.
I love that face. You gotta go.
Oh my God. You're losing half your things, right, guys?
Oh yeah. A couch?
Yeah, I could see this. I could see this being us, Nick.
Could you not just hold the door open, Kevin, when we're doing that?
Nah, I forced his clothes, right?
The greenery? Really?
It's
Oh,
not gonna
really?
be good. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be
Oh, I
good.
thought we could fight that.
I refuse to stop. I'm gonna do more until
Okay,
you shut me
Kevin's
down.
gonna keep
Keep
going.
going.
Kevin's gonna
We have
keep
5
going. Let's
minutes.
keep
We have
going.
5
I'm
minutes.
ordering lunch.
Twitch chat, let's fill up this bar for Kevin
are
to
you?
keep running these fun clips.
You're not heading out?
So I want everybody to know
Okay,
that
good
this
lunch
is
for the missus.
you have to be super good at this to allow you to go onto the basketball court. Because if this
That's
falls and damages
nuts.
the court, they are not going to be pleased.
Just so
with
you know,
themselves.
his
that's a
shirt
real deal thing.
says chin up. You know what I mean? Like, this man's a professional. This
Professional.
is this
Look at
man's
this.
career. This
Yeah,
man's
How do
career.
you get started doing something?
I mean,
I
what?
think you see him
I
doing
think-
like
at the
this,
bar.
right?
Joey, I think you start with a small stick and work your way up.
Yeah.
But you think it's like a drunken night at the bar and you're like, I could balance that on my face.
You see a video,
I mean, this
and you're
is
like,
his
you know,
go-to
put one
move.
on me. That's insane. You can't do. Oh my god.
I got one of those wheelbarrows in my backyard. You come over,
put it
Mike.
on your face?
We'll try it out.
That is not an optical
Okay.
illusion.
All right. mhm.
This one, I have a great story for.
I love those. I love doing this. I've never had a teammate that was like,
Oh my
So-
god, they spun off.
Yeah, they spun off the machine. So, Kevin, if you love these, you would love my mom. And so, my dad hates my mom for this, but my mom loves the teacup ride. And she does just this, where she tries to murder us on the teacup ride and gets everybody sick. So, if you need a co op partner, my mom will whip it with you
Oh, yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
She loves this.
I love a good tilt-a-whirl, you know?
Look at this. I like a good gravitron, Joey.
I'm a
Good
huge
That one's
Graviton
also
man.
very fun.
Yeah, where you get stuck to the
threw up.
wall and then move
I
around.
told you that time I ate
And
a
they
whole,
lift you up a little
I ate a
bit.
whole medium deep dish pizza from BJ's and then threw up on the Gravitron.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I went on the Gravitron. I was like trying to.
Why that order?
I
mean, he
my
didn't do it on
parents were like,
purpose.
"We're going to BJ's," and I was like, "Cool, that sounds great. I'll meet you guys there." And then my friend Tyree was like, "We're going to this carnival. We're going to the Orange County Fair," and I was like, "That
Oh,
sounds
and
fun."
the OC Fair is gnarly.
It's gnarly, dude. And I went on the Gravitron, and I was like, I maybe shouldn't have had a whole deep dish barbecue
Yeah,
chicken
maybe,
pizza before
maybe.
this. And I got off of it, and I was like, I don't feel well. And I went to the and for a place that is a fairground, they had one bathroom that had one stall, and I threw up all over that stall. And so whoever came after me was just in a bad place. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, bad place.
So we got 3 minutes left. We have 3 minutes left on the.
Let's keep pushing that
Wait,
bar.
we gotta
right
watch.
now.
We gotta watch this.
Let's not stop the fun
This
clips,
is gonna
y'all.
be bad.
This guy's gonna get electrocuted.
Oh no! Oh no!
So you thought?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
This can't. How is this happening?
Pretty
This guy's
incredible, right?
superhuman.
This is fucking Electro right here.
I don't like this.
Also, he's holding both of them.
Pretty wild, right?
This guy just fried all the electronics in this car. In his heart. That's unbelievable.
That was really cool.
Pretty
That's
wild,
pretty cool.
right?
Kevin, you should try that today with Joey.
It's very clearly fake, Nick.
Yeah, I'll be the one holding the camera.
Sorry, let me
did
restart
this-
that. I
what did
wasn't
this guy
paying
say?
attention.
Yeah,
I don't
restart
know.
that.
Cereal is probably the worst way you can possibly start your morning.
I think getting hit by a fucking bus and dying might be but yeah, I mean, a huge spike in
Mike,
sugar
what the
resistance
fuck is
to
with this
stress.
guy?
This
guy's
fucking
hysterical.
visor, dude. This visor with
Fiberglass combo?
yeah, that's
Getting hit by a
wild.
Yeah.
fucking bus and dying might be a worse way to start your morning.
That's fucking hilarious.
Kevin, this is for you and I up here on the mountain. Run this up, Kevin. Just take a look.
Good morning, skiers and riders. We received another inch of natural snow overnight, and it's still coming down.
Here it comes.
16 inches of natural snow. Conditions are
No.
fantastic.
Oh, no.
It's almost sad.
Off the boots. What are you doing? Just let it go. You're dead.
I don't understand how they're having so many issues.
Planning on joining us over the next
They're
couple
on
of
ski
days?
boots.
No, yeah, but like Nick, I can fucking run down the stairs on ski boots.
It
Yeah,
just
but
must
they're
be
icy.
icy.
Yeah,
Icy
yeah.
as
I mean,
fuck.
I think it must be a bit, right?
I
Thanks to all
guess.
the
No, that's
snow
just a
and
poor
hard
woman
work
having a
of our
tough
sneaky
time.
team,
Where's somebody gonna help that
we'll
lady?
train this week.
What resort
Get over
is
there,
that?
give her a
California?
hand.
Open slopes and
No, this is somewhere on the mid,
47 features.
Middle
And don't
America
forget our
or
snow
East
tubing
Coast.
park
It
is
looks like-
as
it looks
well,
like
but that's
Jackson,
not it.
yeah.
We also added snowmobiling tours and snowshoeing.
Yeah, like,
So
like her
funny.
using them as like
Facebook,
crutches.
Twitter,
That's
Instagram,
fake.
and
It's a fake
Snapchat for
video.
more updates.
They got us.
So
I don't know.
Kevin, listen,
This
when your
was-
back goes out, sometimes you just got to use
Yeah.
whatever you have at your disposal, okay?
the
All
tweet
right.
is pretty great. Someone in the background is fighting for her life. It's so
Right.
great. But this was a job that I always wanted on the mountain. After working 13 years, I wanted that job. And the guy who ran that job, they called him the Sergeant of Stoke. And that was pretty dope. I really
That's
liked
cool.
that nickname. I wanted
I'm shocked
that. I
you
wanted
didn't
that
usurp
job.
that job.
I tried really hard. Then they cut that job. Everything's a robot now there. Everybody's a robot.
Mhm.
Look at this. Just
That's-
absolutely getting it.
God, that's incredible.
Pretty lit, right?
This guy.
God, the music makes it
Legend.
better too.
It does. It makes it so better. Don't let it drop. Don't let it drop. How long do you think you keep that thing up for? Indefinitely?
Yeah.
I think a
Also,
long time.
is that a speaker box that he has in the back?
I mean, you would probably want a dope speaker box to jam to
Yeah.
while you're doing your stuff, you know?
I bet
But
you
this
his
guy
dad
doesn't even-
fucking hates him.
This guy,
I love
this
it.
guy's dad's like, you do not
All
take
right.
anything seriously, man. He's like, I don't. I fucking like to whip it.
We're so close to 3/4, but they didn't make it. So
All right,
that's
Kevin,
it.
give me
That's
just
all
the
of them.
one community submitted one then, and we'll get out of here. Unless Twitch chat, you have like 60
No,
seconds.
it's too
Let's
late.
keep
I closed
filling
it.
up.
No, I closed it. It's too late now. That's
All right,
it.
then you
Gotta
have
bring
to
it
do,
up.
just
Gotta
do the
bring it
one
up.
community. You do the one community submitted
Where
one
is
then,
it?
and then we'll get
Where
out of
is
here.
it?
It's all the way at the bottom, like I always put.
Hold on. I got
Hold
it.
on
All
now.
I got it.
Here we go.
Stop
Kevin
giving us
says,
tips.
"Don't
We don't
worry
want
about
any
it,
more
we're outta
tips.
here."
You lost it. That was your chance.
Oh,
don't get two
wow,
chances.
Kevin's mad at you now. It's over now.
Kevin's still.
Oh,
mad.
I love this one. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I don't know if I've seen this.
This is a good one.
Oh no.
Okay, serious question.
How high is this check?
When was the last time you ever saw someone use a YMCA?
It's a deep
What?
question.
Yeah.
What happened to her? What
They
happened?
I
to
think
her?
she got her
Yeah,
wisdom
it's
teeth
yeah.
out.
Oh, she's high as a fucking kite. That's why.
You don't
She's oh my god, poor girl. Oh, poor lady.
Oh my god.
This is good. This is good. This is our winner for the week for sure too.
That's our winner for
That
the
was
week.
a range of emotions that this
That's a
poor
beautiful
woman
one,
went
dude.
through.
The YMCA,
Good
it's near and dear to all of our hearts, and we're near and dear with all of you. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for tuning in live and watching over on the VOD. We'll catch you tomorrow for Mike and Greg playing some games with all of you. Goodbye, everyone.